ready for screen.
All right.
All right. Good
Good
morning. Good
morning.
morning. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Y'all come on in.
Listen, it is going to be a great day. We've got a lot of information to share with you all. So, good morning and welcome. Please let us know if you can hear us loud and clear. That way, we know that we are doing things right over here in the YouTube studio. And again, we want to welcome you to joining with us at Forston Consultants, where we talk all things housing, the ILF model, and all things shared living. That's what we're known for. That's what we love. And we are here today to teach you how you can become an independent living facility owner and operator. So my name is Shay Forston, and I am the president and founder of the Angela Denise Foundation, which is a local 501c3 nonprofit organization here in Florida that utilizes the ILF model to house women that have been through domestic violence, human sex trafficking, and a whole bunch of other situations, chronic homelessness. And we do that utilizing this esteemed, established ILF model, independent living facility model. I am excited as well as being able to call myself a ILF consultant here at Forston Consultants. And I get the pleasure of doing this with my amazing husband and family by telling you all and showing you all how to be ILF owners and operators. Derek, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's me, the ILF guy. I'm Mr. Derek Forston. I'm super excited. Thank y'all so much for being here. It's really early, especially depending on where you guys are at. So again, good morning, Miss Jen, Tiffany, KY Chick. Thank you guys so much. And all of my people that are on Clubhouse, Instagram, Facebook, and even people that are streaming us from places to where they can only hear us. But if you want to see the vision of what we're talking about today, definitely come on over to YouTube at Forston Consultants. And again, we always say thank y'all so much for being here because you got a lot of choices of where you could be, right? But you chose to be here, and we super appreciate that. And guys, if you know anything about us, we're super excited about the June 21st and 22nd event. That's the ILF conference of 2024, and it's going to be held in Orlando, Florida. So we'll be talking a lot about that. We'll be answering a lot of questions about that. And a lot of you guys have emailed and texted in questions. So I'm also going to answer a lot of that stuff. A lot of you guys saw that posting in the email about the married couples being one ticket now. So we're super excited about stuff like that. So again, I'm going to just reset the room and act like you guys just got here and you never heard of us. If you've ever dreamed of starting your own housing program and you thought you want to start a group home, first of all, you're not going to do that. You're going to start a shared housing program or a co-living program,
Right.
and better, an independent living facility. So here at Forston Consultants, not only have we kind of coined that phrase, we actually trademarked it. And for us, an independent living facility is simply where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. One more time, what makes this really different from a group home, right? Tiffany, the day you met us, you thought you was going to start a group home, Tiffany. Tiffany, you went to that conference and boy, them people tricked my sister. Had her watch a video and get into something and pay something and found out that there was a $60,000 ticket attached to it to this other thing that was kind of like a group home. Tiffany, as you know now, we teach people how to lease or rent a property, and we're going to start something that's called an independent living facility. And again, that's where adults, not teenagers, not a married couple, right? Not the boyfriend and girlfriend, but where the single adult male or the single adult female, where they can live and thrive. And remember, thrive is my favorite part because thrive means do well. Do well in life. And really what I like about this model is that as long as you provide the housing and the environment that's going to be safe and clean, they don't need your help to cook their food, take their medications, or provide them transportation. So again, good morning to everybody. Because again, if you thought you was going to start a housing program and you thought you needed a license, you don't. You thought you had to buy the property, you don't. You thought you had to be a nurse to administer medications, you don't. We're going to teach you guys how to start this thing, right? That's called an independent living facility or a shared housing program, to where you do not need a license. You don't have to own the property, and you're not trying to pretend to be something that you're not, like a CNA or a nurse. So again, that's the gist of everything that we'll be talking about today. And also, as you notice the title, how to refer independent adults and make reliable income. So I'll admit, man, but for a whole year, every Saturday, we used to teach people that wanted to do this, but they couldn't buy a house. They couldn't rent a house. So we teach a model that's called the HRA, the Housing Referral Agency. And that allows you guys to still house the homeless, still house the displaced, make an impact and an income, because you're not going to do it for free. You can actually make money doing it, and you actually don't need the property.
Yeah.
You need real estate. You need relationship. So again, the HRA removes the need for the real estate, and you need relationship with other people that already have the property. Prime example, Miss Rita, who just came in this room, her and her husband Ken just got their keys to their first facility about 3 days ago.
Can you give them
And all of you all can literally be an HRA to her. Put a thumbs up in the chat if you're happy for Miss Rita and Mr. Ken that they're only about 6 weeks into the coaching and got their first ILF facility. And what's so cool about it, no matter where you live at, because Rita lives in kind of like the Florida area, Orlando, Leesburg area.
Yeah.
But no matter where you live at, you can refer to Rita, and you can take somebody from homeless to hopeful, and you allow Rita to house that guy. So if you've never heard about HRA program or how to do that, we have an absolute free webinar at forstonconsultants.com/webinars. It's only 14 minutes long. It'll change your life, and it'll show you how to do what we do. But it removes the barrier. If you say, well, Derek, I can't rent no house. I can't lease one. And Derek, I surely can't buy one. Guys, now there's no excuse that you can't do what God has already told you to do, because the HRA, all you need is a cell phone, an internet connection, and the willingness to talk to people.
Yeah.
The willingness to say, hey, you know what? We got a brand new house opening here in 2 weeks. You don't even have to tell people that it's Miss Rita. You advertise it as your business.
Pause, sir. And Rita says we only have 6 beds available.
And just open. And they got a total. So just in case if anybody's lost by that comment, that simply means that she has a 4-bed, 2-bath home so that she could take 8 people from homeless to hopeful. And it looks like already before it's even furnished, he's got 2 people.
Yeah.
And guess what? Those 2 people were HRA to her.
That's
why the HRA is so genius, guys. So again, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. I want to finish greeting the people. I was only supposed to be doing an intro, but as you guys can see, I'm super excited. And I'm also happy for all of the new people that had the strategy calls with me and my team this week. A lot of you all discovered us for the first time. So what I want to do is always welcome back the people that always hang around us, that are just here like furniture. People like Tiffany, Katara, Mary, Angela, Rita, Joanne. It's a bunch of you all that like furniture us. You guys are always around.
And we appreciate
But the new people, thank y'all again for coming as well. We got a free gift for you all. If you text the word new to 407-326-0086, we actually got a free gift for you. That's our way to say thank you. And that's our way to also allow your education in this to kind of continue. So again, the people that are always here, we don't take that for granted. Thank you. You guys are a part of what we do, right? And that's why a lot of you guys are also coming to the June event, right? But again, to the new people, thank you so much. And what we drive off of and thrive off of is questions. Because a lot of you all, when you heard of this concept of how we can house people and not need a license, and it can look like this right here on this screen, this blew a lot of you guys' mind. I did a special room Thursday. Big shout out to the Scott family, Trisha and Michael Scott. They had over 13 people in their home that were either a part of their family or church family, and they had me on the 65-inch TV screen in their home. Like, I think that's pretty cool, right? So we encourage you guys that, like, when you're watching this, like, pull your family into it. You guys should put this on the TV, not your phone or a tablet. Like, make this a show. We come here every Saturday at 10 a.m. trying to change the lives of you guys. Because I promised God many years ago that if he changed my life with this thing, this ministry, that I promised that I would go all over the world teaching it, and I would never take credit for it. So you're going to hear me say several times today that I'm no genius, and I don't take credit for what this is. God was so genius, y'all. He took my skill set as a social worker, and he allowed me to see a lady making $41,000 a month, Tiffany, mistreating people and rats and roaches. And she was doing what I'm showing you guys on this screen. But the difference in what y'all see on this screen and how she was doing it, guys, it was full of rats and roaches. She was mistreating people. She was putting 14 and 15 and 16 people in a 3-bed, 2-bath home. The beds were on the ground. There were no pillows. There were no sheets. There were no comforters. Guys, it was an embarrassment.
It sure was.
And I said, God, you have no respect of person. You love that lady just like you love me. But God, she mistreating your people. And God, if you let me get in it, y'all, I was being a little bit of a tattletale. I said, God, you don't see her mistreating your people. I said, God, and here I am begging people to let me get into it, and nobody want to teach me. I said, God, but boy, if you let me get in it, I said, God, first of all, I won't hide it from people. I truly believe that's a big part of our blessing, guys, that we come here to teach this thing faithfully every Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday. Most likely, guys, 5 days a week, I'm somewhere teaching this and running my big mouth about what this is. Because I made a promise to God, Shay. I said, God, if you change my life with this, I'll teach it to everybody that comes into my path. That's why every Monday, every Tuesday, and every Saturday, even if nobody shows up here, I got to come in front of this camera. I got to grab this microphone, and I got to come tell you guys about how you can start your own housing program without the need to be a nurse, without the need to be a doctor. You don't even have to own the dadgum place. Guys, I rented so many of these places and still have a bunch of rentals. Guess what Shay and I was doing yesterday, right before we get ready to go to a commercial break? Shay and I yesterday, and we'll be doing it again today. In fact, I ain't gonna say nothing. Shay, what were we doing yesterday? Like,
it was moving day, folks.
Moving from where?
We are so exhausted. We were moving some
Tiffany and Qatar and Angela. If y'all want to fly down and help us move these girls, like, y'all more than welcome.
It was definitely a lot of work. But you know, together with our ladies that are very, very, very.
I just turned you up, Shay. Your mic was super low. I just turned you up. You sound good now.
Yeah, hold on. Let me move.
You sound really good now.
I'm actually going to move this out of the way and move my mic. There we go. So yeah, we were moving our ladies from the rental into the new property that we own. And to see the sheer joy on their faces was amazing. Like, we actually, upon completing some of the move yesterday, we just hung out on the patio. We literally just hung out on the patio with the ladies and just allowed them to soak in the sunset. It's a beautiful sunset at that location, and they get to see the sunrise and sunset. But it was an amazing opportunity for us to relocate our ladies from the rental property that we had to the property that we now own. And this is one of the significant I think this is a milestone. I know this is a significant milestone in the ILF model for Derek and I, because, you know, we started off arbitraging the ILFs that we operate. So to be completely, to be able to move out of one of our rentals into a property that we now own, it's amazing.
Because that's the goal, guys. And that's what really I was driving at too. Yesterday was significant. Because many of y'all met us when I talked about the cul-de-sac. Guys, that's the last house in the cul-de-sac that I have now. I have no more houses in that cul-de-sac.
You sure don't.
Most of y'all met me when I prayed to God to give me the first house in the cul-de-sac. Then he gave us all 8 of them. Guys, yesterday was a milestone. And today we're going to continue because, like Shay just told you, we moving out of that rental because, guys, I was a poor social worker making $28,000 a year. It was hard to figure out how I was going to buy a house. But guys, yesterday we're moving our women from the Angela Denise Foundation, our nonprofit program, into a property we now have ownership in. No more paying rent to the dadgum landlord to a place we don't own. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not going to bash that play. I'm not going to talk bad about it because that's going to be the way that most of y'all get into it. Guys, I was a poor social worker. I couldn't buy your house, but I surely could rent one, at least one. And guys, I leased one after another, after another, after another. And through the teaching of this, we're now in over 30 states and over 320 ILFs. I guarantee you, out of those 320, we probably rent over 280 of them, 250 of them. There's a lot of people that rent and lease these. So your dream of getting this started without buying the property, it is absolutely possible. But Shay is going to show you from yesterday, and hopefully you guys are watching us on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and all that stuff because we're posting it. Shay does a lot of pointing, and she uses these muscles to move all of that stuff. But that's the goal, ladies and gentlemen. Go from renting and leasing to one day you're going to buy that place. So again, if you just came into the room, we implore you to make sure that you're at the June 21st and 22nd ILF conference. That's going to be in Orlando, Florida. And this is where we're going to take the idea to implementation. A lot of you guys got the idea to do this, but how in the world do you put it together?
Right, right.
And that's where most people either get in trouble or they end up on the Channel 8 news for all the wrong reasons. So again, one more time, the event in June, ladies and gentlemen, is what's going to put it all together for you. Because I talk often about how I'm going to bring I talk often about social workers and case managers and what you should be saying and what you shouldn't say. Guys, how about at this event, I'm bringing them to you as speakers so the social worker can tell you what to say. So the case manager can tell you how to present yourself to them. And what I love about it is women. Because one thing about this industry, and I coach a lot of my one-on-one people on this, so congratulations, y'all about to get some free blueprint coaching. If you are a woman doing this, I'm going to tell you right now, there's a specific way to approach people doing this, because most of the people that hold the positions that are going to give you these people are women. My guys, I'm going to just tell y'all right now, you guys are going to have no problem on the relationship side as long as you got a great personality. But women, because of sometimes jealousy and because sometimes they know what you're going to be making doing this, listen up, ladies.
Yeah.
You got to be careful of how you present and carry yourself. Now, watch this. How dare me as a guy, as a man, a black bald man, tell you how to present yourself as a lady? Why would I do that? I'm not a lady. But guys, through coaching and the understanding of how it works,
and watching my experience as well.
And there's over 90 to 95% of women that are the social workers and the case managers and are the supervisors and the supervisory director roles. So as a woman, and I go deep to this in my coaching, and I don't want to make this no sexist thing, but this is just me trying to help you. Katara, you can't walk in that place with your Gucci shoes on and your $1,000 outfit.
Please don't.
And you got a bad attitude that morning because the glazed donuts were out and they only had strawberry.
Please don't.
So when you represent with that bad attitude coming in, that case manager saying she thinks she all that. I ain't sending her nobody. Guys, they never think this about the guys. Now I'm gonna let Shay hop in because Shay can talk about this subject for 2 hours.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, as a coach and somebody that's been doing this a long time and who also was a social worker, women, you got to be careful of how you present yourself doing this.
We do.
And at the event, we're going to talk about that kind of stuff. Shay, jump in there.
Yeah. Experience was another thing that helped us to really identify this. It was all fine and dandy because, you know, Derek saw it from the man's perspective that was working in the field and saw the interactions with the females that came in. Never thinking that as his wife joined him, that there'll be a transition in what that looked like. I always go to when I first started, I never really dressed up. We always branded because Derek's name was already out there. I went in a nice pair of slacks, a polo shirt that had the logo of our entity on it, and literally just showed up, right? And the stark difference in one facility in general, how the phone even stopped ringing for Derek when they started seeing that, oh, his wife is a part of this now. There was a difference in the interaction.
Yep.
And I noticed it as a woman. And Derek was like, no, it's only your head. It's only your head. And I'm like, no, it is not. If you think about every other person that we've launched under us that have been males, that have been successfully receiving residents, that don't have a female partner with them, they are still getting residents. And we were monitoring that through the people that we were consulting. And I was like, wow, this is really messy. Yeah, Tiffany, it was really messy. It was messy. And not too long ago, it's so funny because it was one lady there in particular that I told Derek, I was like, I don't know. I just can't, you know how we have that intuition, and I'm like, I cannot put my finger on it, but something is not right. And I feel this every time I interact or engage, it seems so forced.
And one thing about a woman, guys, even as a guy, women know women.
Yeah.
Because somebody thinking, probably a guy saying, how does she know that? How does she, guys, remember I tell y'all all the time that God bless women with something that we don't have, and it's called intuition. Women know women, guys. Shay? Back on
Yeah,
you.
it was very interesting. Nice. Every time I would go, I would tell Derek, I was like, ugh, every time I go to pick up the check, it's always something weird in that interaction. It was never genuine. Now, all of the other people in the office were perfectly fine, where I could go in, have a seat, have a conversation. With this particular individual, it was always very hold on 1 minute. Oh, you came today, not Derek? And I'm like, what? And I started laughing and I was just like, this is powerful. And I knew, like, you've just got to be careful, when you have
Yeah.
a spouse that is nice looking. I'm going to say that I'm not going to toot Derek's horn too much today, right? Because he don't
Let's
even
go.
know.
Let's go.
What?
Joanne, she know I show out up here,
He
Joanne.
will.
Joanne, she know I don't need no help in that area because I start showing out, Tiffany.
He is messy. And it's so funny because it's always that interaction. And like prime example, we went to a facility not too long ago, and I made it listen. I did this so I could show Derek later. We hadn't been to this facility in a while. They were kind of doing it dual, in person and remote, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stay away from the camera because I don't even want to be seen. But I made sure I went looking really. Oh, I was polished, y'all. Y'all would have been y'all would have been so proud of me. And I went for real. The way we tell y'all not to show up, I showed up. I was a little messy. I did, but
I won't say that you were messy.
like
You were
that, but
very
I
well
was-
put together.
I
In fact,
was.
Shay, if they're following the TikTok and the Instagram and
They
Facebook,
would have thought,
they'll
yeah.
see you.
Yeah.
God, she had on a business suit.
No,
So
that day
don't
I
let
didn't.
Shay fool y'all. Shay, the day you went, Shay, I think you had on that blue blazer.
Nope.
Oh, I'm mixing that up with the other
Yeah.
hospital. But Shay, I'm a wait. Let me slow this thing down because I'm not gonna let Shay tell on herself and it's not really true. Shay, you were still dressed very nice.
I know, but I'm just saying. Again, still, it is
And
something.
guys, I'm sitting right across from her, so I'm looking at her like, Shay, what do you mean? Like you were dressed really
Anyway,
nice.
I knew why I was dressed the way I was dressed. Usually, like Derek said, I would use a jacket to cover my backside and other areas. This day I did not. And I went, nice setup.
This
really
is some
good.
great coaching, man. If
But
y'all,
what ended
if
up
you a
happening-
woman and you're in this room, this is some great coaching that most of the time you don't get, guys. Make sure
Yeah.
you're listening. Go ahead, Shay.
Listen, so I did. I usually go with a blazer and a looser pair of pants. So that you're not showing off everything. I'm only 140 pounds, if that. But again, at the same time, I knew what I was doing. And I wanted to see if the same situation would happen. And I did. Yes, Tiffany, I put a little extra sauce on it. I did, sis. I really did. And it was so funny because they saw Derek on the camera, did not see me, and Derek led out the meeting. And as soon as I started speaking, I promise you, I promise you, in popped the face of an individual that I am talking about. Like, you weren't even in the meeting, but as soon as you heard my voice, you had to come and see. So you've got to pay attention to the nuance.
I can only picture. I wish I had a camera in Joanne's house right now. Tiffany, Katara, KY Chick. I just want to see y'all face as she explaining this.
Because I do this because I want to I do this so I can show
Joanne, send me a
awareness, right?
screenshot of your face right now, Joanne. I just want to see.
Put it in our group, Joanne. Put it in our group. But listen, no, and I mean this because people don't realize they don't realize the sensitivity of women and the jealousy factor, right? I'm not saying this individual was jealous. I'm not saying anything, but time has passed, right? So individuals want to size you up. Oh, let me see what she working with. Well, let me see, and that is it. It is competitive, even though you are in your own lane, doing your own thing, operating your situation. They still want to see. Oh, let's see. Let's see.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it was. And when we left that meeting, and it was so hard, y'all, to stay straight faced, to stay humble in that, and to still even be cordial, because I know the kind of that snarky, they think they all that, or she thinks she all that because she married to him, and like it's It's interesting, y'all. It is interesting. So just be cautious when you
Yeah.
enter into these facilities. One, how you carry yourself. One, always being the same person no matter how other people act or receive you or respond. Um, because it's always going to be there'll always be that one person in the room. Oh, there will always be that one person in the room. And especially when they can, especially because they know what you're doing.
Yeah.
They're counting your
Yeah.
money.
And that's why I usually drive it at. Now,
Yeah,
Shay
they're
always
counting your
tells that
finances.
story to make sure that the women understand the dynamic and how it works. And I always appreciate that story. That's why I wish I could see y'all women's face when she tell it.
It's
But
funny.
I always teach it and drive it from the side of the jealousy standpoint because they know kind of what you're making,
Yeah.
guys. We laugh and we joke and we play a lot, but watch this. These are the same women that are cutting you the check that you're coming to pick up per client.
Absolutely.
So that's what I mean by when I talk about don't come so glamorous. And watch this. I don't say this a lot, but I'm going to say this now because this usually goes into the coaching. So when you hear me say that, that usually means in the beginning.
Yep.
While we're building the relationship and these ladies don't know you, that's not when you're wearing your best outfit. Your best thing is your polo shirt with your logo on it with
And a
some nice
decent-
slacks maybe.
And make sure they're slack.
And if you still do the business suit thing, no problem. So I want to give the disclaimer, Shay, because I really never said that on live.
Yeah.
Guys, I mean that in the beginning, while these people don't know you,
Correct.
meaning your virtual assistant is probably so great, they set up an appointment for you to be at a hospital to speak to 10 social workers. You show up and nobody knows you, that's when you want to be well put together and not so. Once you guys build a relationship and you 6 months into it and y'all coming up fist bumping people and y'all hugging each other, guys, it's different then.
It's very different.
But not in the beginning.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you guys see me shooting the videos and I got on a blazer and a button-up shirt, I'll admit most of the time when you see me like that, these people don't know me yet.
Yeah.
This is the first time meeting me, or they saw me on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok running my big mouth. But when they meet me in person, oh, I go polished up. I go with the loafers with the no socks. I go with the hem pants right at my ankle, Miss Joanne.
He go look
Tiffany, I come with that creased up shirt. Because also not trying to be fun and make this a racial thing, but I'm a black male, ladies and gentlemen. I need to present well at all times when I'm doing business because I want people to take me serious.
Yes, yes.
So let that be a coaching point. I don't care what color your skin is, but if you're a little bit darker, make sure that you present well at all times when you're conducting business. Because sometimes, I don't know if I should say unfortunately or fortunately, the people that are calling the shots, their skin is a little bit brighter than yours.
You know what?
And sometimes it doesn't matter, but why not present yourself in the best light so that you can be respected as a housing program that's probably called second chance housing, right? So I never wanted to be known as some guy named Derek Forston that was just housing people. I always wanted to be respected by a program that was changing lives in the community through shared housing.
Derek, we have to. And
Shay, hold it, Shay.
But
before you land that point, we're going to get in trouble if we don't pay a few bills. Let's pay a few bills, guys, and we'll be right back. Hey, what's going on, family? Just to let you know really quick, everything that you're listening to right now, I actually have it in a more structured way in a webinar. So when you guys get done here, go to forstonconsultants.com, click the tab that says webinars, and there's 2 webinars there. One is for you to be the actual ILF operator, meaning that you want to do it. And then the other one is the HRA. That stands for Housing Referral Agency, where you're able to take people from homeless to hopeful, and you actually don't need the real estate. It stands for Housing Referral Agency, and we call it a business in a box. But definitely go to forstonconsultants.com, watch both of those webinars, then set up a free strategy call with me and my team, and let's see how we can get you started. Back to the show. Now, this room is getting so good already. We just ventured off into 25 minutes that wasn't even planned, but I think somebody needed to hear it, Shay.
It's true.
Because this is the kind of coaching that you just can't get from anybody. Our coaching is by the book stuff, but it's also going to be actual real world stuff. Yeah. And what aggravates me a lot, and I'll admit 2 of my coaching calls this week, Shay, people want to do this, right? But they're running into people, Shay, that's trying to teach it, but they don't even do it.
We
One
had
thing
a
that
call
I think that
yesterday.
makes us really great, Shay, is not only that I used to be the social worker, but I'm
Yeah.
now doing it. But Shay, I'm on both sides of the fence and I also do it. Guys, this is my
100%.
day to day. And if you don't believe me, go to my Facebook page and watch me lift all that furniture and move all of these women. Guys, that's what I do. And I love it. So again, if you just joined us right before I give it back over to Shay, this is the best real estate strategy ever. This is not just a real estate strategy or a business, it's actually a ministry. So if you ever dreamed of having your own housing program and you didn't know where to start, you thought you wanted a group home, not true. These are independent living facilities where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight, which means that thought in your mind to start housing people, it's possible. And you don't have to
Very
buy the
possible.
property. You don't need a license. You don't have to be a nurse. Now, today's title, watch this. It's called the HRA model. How to make money referring people to housing. So this is kind of like the Uber model. Just like Uber started a business of a rental car business, but they never bought any cars. They leverage other people's cars to get the job done. No different from the person that thought of the Airbnb model. They built a platform with a software and a system, and they allow other people to use it, other people to use their houses to go on vacations.
Yep.
Guys, this is no different from housing the homeless. So we tell people this is your stepping stones. Good to see you, Mr. Troy. These are the stepping stones to becoming the provider of housing, which is the HRA. So for the guy that said, Derek, I can't buy no house. Derek, I can't rent one or lease one. But Derek, you're right. God did put it on my heart to help and house people. Well, lucky for you, that's the HRA, the Housing Referral Agency.
Yeah.
Shay, back on you. Go any direction you want, babe.
So again, and Derek, you said something just before we went to break about, just now about people that want to teach this but don't do it. We had a call yesterday that was very good. And this lady is watching people quote unquote say that they do this, but the information that they're given doesn't line up to what she's seeing, even on our YouTube channel. So she literally said to us yesterday, she was like, everybody claims that they do this, that, and the other. And I've looked at websites and I've went to people's social media and nobody had their phone number listed. And the fact that I get on the phone with you today, Derek, and ask questions to help me make the right decision on where I'm going to go.
I so appreciate her saying that too.
She said, this is the reason why I'm willing to spend the money, because you showed up. And not only that, like,
She said somebody answered the phone when we called.
Yeah.
She was really impressed by that.
It was funny because I think the biggest part of it was, she had a misconception from someone else that gave her half information. And the fact that we got on that phone and that was her strategy call, right? And Derek says, no questions are off limits, but I am going to always point you in the direction of something to help you to get fully educated on this model. Because ultimately what people don't realize is, yes, we teach you the forefront of it and we're with you consistently, but you don't realize that the amount of obstacles and issues that can arise once you have the residence. And that's why we tell people all the time, like our ILF Mastery Blueprint people, the people that are or the old platinum package members that are consistently in coaching, like Francesca and Jay Dawson, Derek, they've been alongside of us for what, 5-6 years now.
They were kind of the guinea pigs like Otis.
Yeah, and we still coach them
still
to this day. And
also on different businesses, because we're also business coaches. So Frankie and Jay are going to be, and I'm sorry, Shay, but Frankie and Jay are going to be a great example of how they got into this, and this ministry evolved them into 5 or 6 other businesses that they now run. That's the joy of bringing Jay and Frankie to this event as speakers as well, because they started here just like you guys, listening to the concept of it. They jumped in it and did what we would call move at the speed of instruction. And now today they offer this right here. But lucky for them, they have a licensed and an unlicensed, which is for us the independent living facility. Back on you, Michelle.
I just want people to realize that it's not just, it's not a one-trick pony show, right? This is family. This is something like, prime example, we'll be going live in our private ILF community this week to talk about something that happened 2 weeks ago, to educate our team. so that people know, hey, when you see me implement something and say everybody needs to adapt to this or adopt this new method or this new policy or this new procedure, now it is not just a knee jerk reaction to something. It is something that we've been through. It's the way we worked through it and how we came out on the other side. And one thing about our ILF Mastery Blueprint and Platinum package family that stay connected is you get the information firsthand. If we go through something, if we encounter something, hey,
Yep.
we bringing it to you. Hey guys, this happened today and we've never encountered this, but this is something that we want you to pay attention to. This is something that we want you to look out for. And even with the people that are inside of our coaching, right? We have them say, hey, I encountered this issue. How can we, like, what's next? And it may be something that we've never been through, but because of our understanding of the field, because of our connections with the case managers, social workers, directors of social work, presidents of hospitals and organizations, that is what helps us to say, hey, I can go to a physician, a friend of mine, and say, hey, this is a situation that I'm seeing. How can I navigate this within this housing space? Because I'm educating him through the process of what we do, so that way he can benefit all of us in giving more information on how to navigate certain situations. So again, it's all about partnerships in this, and this is why we're so excited to be able to teach this in this manner. And I know that was a pig trail, but I want people to know the importance of coaching, right? I think a lot of times we want the quick money, the the fast return on investment, but we're not investing the necessary time that we need and the ongoing education to be able to consistently grow in that niche. And that's what I'm seeing a lot of people that pay for other products and other services that end up coming to us after they've spent tens of fifteens or twenties of thousands of dollars on something else, because it's like, hey, I ended up with just some videos and one interaction with my coach. And I'm like, well, what happens next? Oh, nothing. Anytime I want to meet with my coach after that is $500 for an hour or $600. And I'm not knocking that method, because we do that for our DIY people, right? If you choose to do it yourself, yes, we'll be available for you. But what I'm not going to do is jeopardize the time that is allocated to the ILF Mastery Blueprint family and our Platinum family to help them navigate and course correct. They are opted in and have been all in. And that's why we really, 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 really strive to maintain in that connection and that access to Derek and I to help them navigate. Okay. Like, it doesn't matter how long you've been in this, as long as you are an active participant and doing it the right way. We are here for you. We are going to work with you, and we are going to continue to lead you and guide you as God is leading and guiding us. So, Derek, long story short, it's on you now.
Absolutely. Let's take a break and we'll be right back. Hey, what's going on, family? I'm super excited because June 21st and 22nd is the 2024 ILF conference. That's right. We're super excited because it's in Orlando, Florida this year. So, guys, if you ever thought about starting your own housing program, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is the event for you. If you're a real estate investor and you're looking for a better way to serve people and actually make more money and also have a bigger impact in your community, this event is exactly what this is. 2024, the ILF conference, guys, is going to show you how we take people from homeless to hopeful, and it not be a group home or an assisted living facility. We're going to teach you guys how we start unlicensed group homes, which we've trademarked independent living facility. And again, you guys are going to visit forstonconsultants.com for more information, but you're definitely going to visit ilfconference.com to get the information for the June event. There'll be a general admission ticket. We got some VIP tickets, and we have 15 elite tickets for people that want a little bit extra just versus being at the event. That comes with also a one-day mastermind and a lot of other stuff. But definitely go and check out ilfconference.com for more information. And don't meet me there, beat me there.
Beat them there, y'all.
All right, good stuff, good stuff. So again, thank y'all so much for being here, man. We super appreciate it. Again, any questions or concerns that you have about this model, about our coaching services or our June event, let us know. But again, I also have questions that have already kind of came in. So I'm going to be answering those as well. Trust me, I need some of that Derek swag coaching. Hey, Troy, man, we look forward to meeting with you. I think Troy is actually going to be one of those ICC members.
Nice.
So we'll
So
talk
do
a
we get
little
to
bit
meet him in
about.
person too?
Yes, because if he also
Come
chooses to
on,
come
Troy.
to the event, that's also involved in that ticket. So some of you guys know what the ICC is. Some of you, that's going to sound foreign because maybe you wasn't chosen or handpicked. But yeah, anybody that gets that ICC, because there's only 10 people that we chose for
Right.
that or
Mhm.
choosing. I think we have just about everybody. I think there's about 4 or 5 slots left. But yeah, Shay, their ticket is automatically involved in that package.
Mhm.
So they don't pay for it. And as you guys can see, man, if you can imagine the coaching that you're getting right
I'm
here for
excited.
free, God, can you imagine what our real deep down coaching is like, the one that's actually where you invested in yourself? And again, as I showed you guys earlier, our general ticket, guys, for the June event is only $397. So we made it a no-brainer for people. We wanted to make sure that everybody had an opportunity to come to it. We wanted to make it very affordable because in the past, our general admission tickets were always $997, and then we had VIP tickets. We wanted to make this so wide open for so many extra people that we made the general ticket only $397. So a lot of people think that our VIP ticket is a no-brainer at $697. And then that elite ticket, like you heard the guy say earlier, we only have 15 of those. So that's super exclusive. Some of the stuff is advertised what's involved in it, and some of the stuff is kind of kept secret. So again, 15 people for that elite ticket. And again, it's in Orlando, Florida. So we're telling people to make a vacation of it, right? It's that June time. It's that summertime. Most of you all kids will be out of school. Most of you guys' kids are grown anyway. So make it an event for where you and your husband come to an event, but also enjoy each other. Get some alone time, make it a vacation, but also invest in yourself in terms of education and how this can change our life. So we're telling a lot of couples that are calling us, come to Orlando, Florida, June 21st. Pray before you even get on the plane or the road that you have a great experience and that God unveils everything to you through our teaching, and that God kind of puts it all together, because all the pieces that it takes to make it work, we're bringing it to you. Remember, the whole slogan of this event is from idea to implementation. So again, make a vacation out of it, come rekindle your marriage, and then start something that can blow your finances out of the water. And the crazy part about it, it's a ministry. So God's going to also be satisfied with it.
Exactly.
Because if you're new to us, watch this. We live by this. We want to please God. We want to help people. I want to be respected by my community. And I want to make enough money to continue to build the kingdom and also feed my family.
Yeah.
See, I'm going to say that real slow because sometimes I talk fast.
Again. No, say it again, sir.
And guys, I would love it if you all could take this on for your family and yourself, because there's nothing wrong with how I'm getting ready to repeat this, because I believe this is the cheat code to life. Whatever we do, Shay, you know this by now, because if you're a Forston and under my household, we're going to please God. That's the first thing that we're going to do. The second thing that we're going to do, Shay, is we're going to help people.
Yes, sir.
Because my mom always says, if you want to see the hand of God move in your life, help his people.
You got to.
The Bible also said that when we help the least of thee, Shay told y'all this Thursday,
we are doing it unto
it's like we're doing it unto God. Can you imagine doing God a favor? And remember, God don't need nothing from us. He chooses to partner with us. That's what makes this genius.
What a decision, right? And
what a decision, Shay.
Jesus.
You just got to accept it. So watch this really slowly. Please, God, help people. And God, guys, I want my community to respect me while I'm doing it. I jokingly tell people, man, just 6, 7 years ago, guys, I was a nobody. Nobody knew me. And trust me, I don't mean that literally. But in terms of people knowing me, respecting me, and leaning on me for my business and my ministry and the want to be a part of it, guys, my life is completely different since this started.
Yeah.
And remember, I told you 38 minutes ago that I never take credit for it. God is good. God is the reason for all of this. And without God, this is impossible.
It is.
But with God, he makes us look like geniuses. And we're changing the lives of people through this model, which is called independent living facilities.
Yeah.
So again, please God, help people, be respected by my community. And see, some of y'all scared to say this last part. Y'all, I want to make a bunch of money doing it.
In the process.
Because I want to build the kingdom.
Yeah.
Because God says in the Bible, and somebody gonna say, well, man, is he a preacher? I'm no preacher. I'm no bishop. I'm no pastor. But watch this. I love God. I love people. And I love real estate. And God has just allowed us to merge all of these together. See, I'm no genius.
Yeah.
God said, Derek, I'm going to take your skill set of loving people and being a social worker, and I'm going to introduce you to a population that receive guaranteed income that's really getting mistreated. Derek, you're going to house these
Yes,
people.
sir.
And Derek, you're not going to be a crab in a bucket and keep all of this information to yourself. You're going to turn around and teach this to people, Derek, in the form of conferences, coaching, free YouTube stuff, and answering everybody's question before you shut it down. Guys, that's my whole life mission now. To go through stuff, go through the bumps and the bruises of it, make a bunch of mistakes, and as God and I iron it out, my job is to come back and give it to you guys to where it's palatable and digestible so that you can do this for your family.
Yeah.
Why would I come here and talk about for 50 minutes how great I am and what we're doing? I want to get you guys into it. One of the greatest things for me as a coach is to see you guys get into this and start offering this right here, and you change the lives of other people. You become a resource for your community, and God is ultimately pleased with what you're doing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Shay,
Derek.
somewhere in the Bible it says that the poor and needy will always be among us, Shay. So, Shay, this is not just the best thing to do in this season with real estate because it's the
Nope.
new fad. According to the Bible scripture, that the poor and needy will always be among me. Shay, what I offer and what these people will not offer after the June event or my one-on-one coaching,
Yeah,
Shay, they're going to be offered something that's needed.
absolutely.
The poor and needy will always be among us, which means this model isn't going anywhere. We're housing a population of people that receive a guaranteed income, but it's not enough to go get their own apartment. It's not enough to go buy their own house. They can't pass a background check most of the time. They don't have all the money, Shay. Maybe they got the first, but they don't got the security deposit.
Yeah.
So, Shay, again, this model is the cheat code for people that thought they needed a license. It's the cheat code for people that thought they had to get a sprinkler system. Guys, I simply go out and rent a house that I find on Zillow or word of mouth. I connect with social workers and case managers and serve as my funnel system. And Shay, I provide a nice, clean living environment, exactly what you see on the screen here.
Yeah, you have to. And people don't realize the importance of housing, right? People are like, oh, well, y'all only house homeless people. Y'all only house people that, that are under the bridge or that have mental health. And that's not correct. You've got to realize that this is a market that is lucrative in all aspects and niches. You'll see that there's so many people with situations and circumstances that can benefit from a short-term shared living environment to help them stabilize life, right? How many times do we get, like right now with inflation being as high as it is, you can't tell me you're not going to the supermarket and saying, well, where is the groceries that I was supposed to buy?
Yeah.
Right? If you compare what you used to purchase a couple of years ago to what you purchase now and what that looks like, man, my pockets be like, wait a minute, buddy. And most people don't realize that a lot of people, because of not their lifestyles, but because of, just situational life, what we're going through now, inflation, they're now leaning on credit cards. They're now leaning on alternate resources financially in order for them to make it through the week, the month, the day. And by literally by downsizing or relocating into a shared living environment, they can pay off the debt that they had. They can now reestablish some things, set new goals, and you can be a part of that by providing them a shared living facility, by providing for them access to something that is lucrative, where they don't have to run their credit for their lights to be turned on, right? Where they don't have to run credit or a background check for approval to be in this housing environment, where they don't need to run their background or their credit again to turn on water. Like, that's 3 credit pulls for one move. Now imagine if somebody's credit is shot, right? And depending on where you go, some of these locations do pull hard inquiries, Derek.
Yeah.
And think about that person that is like, Lord, if I know that my deposit is going to be $800 or plus because I've done this, that, and the other. I've been delinquent on this, that, and the other. You can literally enter this niche and house a specific population that doesn't look like the mental health background individuals, that doesn't look like the person with the dual diagnosis, or the person that has been evicted 7 times. It's that person that says, you know what? Let me do something proactive instead of reactive because I'm gonna be evicted. Let me be proactive in what's going on in my life right now. Find somewhere suitable, someone like the Forston, someone like Tiffany at Good Samaritan Solutions, someone like Joanne, someone like the Clums at Comfy Cozy Comforts, and say, let me reassess. Let me downsize, let me reassess, let me figure life out and be able to sustain and afford, where I'm at, and to be able to still do, those things that I need to do to get my credit right, to get my savings up or whatever, pay down debt, like all of that. I mean, Derek, that is the new program that the
Yeah.
Angela Denise Foundation is
Come on.
building up.
Come on, talk about it.
I am literally building out a program, right, that I would not be able to provide women with with severe mental health or chronic homelessness. It will take a lot more in order for me to even get them to contribute wholeheartedly in this program. But I am creating a program right now, and we are praying for these grants to come through. And honestly, if all of the grant funds that I am going after come through, that's over $150,000, Derek, in grant funding that I can now say, okay, I have a specific population type that is in my home. Let me utilize this grant to cover, because we've written out the program. It's going to be rent subsidy so that these individuals can, one, be enrolled in credit repair and repair their credit, two, lower their debt. So instead of paying me what they owe me monthly, I need to see every line. We're going to go line for line on your debt. What is it that you owe? And let's knock it down in 6 months. The goal is to do a 6-month, a 12-month, and then a 24-month. And I've got to be able to take these stats and take them back to present it back to my fund, those that have provided me the funds. So the goal is to really create a program, Derek, that will allow these individuals that come into the Angela Denise Foundation to live at $0. But they will have to sign a contract that says, with every dollar that I am not paying in rent, it is going to be allocated back to pay down a debt or to repair my credit once all debt has been paid down. That is the goal. And then the goal is to see what is the outcome after that. Okay, let's connect them with a Joy Sterling. Let's connect them with a Hawa. Let's connect them with someone in the real estate space so that they're not going and grasping at a rental, but let's prepare them to purchase. Or let's prepare them to do something that will either bring them in an income, even if it's an investment property. How amazing would that be if you say, okay, Shay, I'm going to still stay here for another 2 years. I've paid down all my debt. Can we work something out? And this is the great part, Derek. We now own the house.
Yep.
So I don't have to go up on rent if I don't need to, because nobody's going up on rent for me. I have a fixed mortgage. So that gives me the flexibility now.
Well, I kind of am the new landlord. So Shay's paying me rent now. So Tiffany, I'm not sure what I'm gonna be charging yet, Tiffany, because I am the new landlord.
Tiffany, there's some fringe benefits that come with this one, okay?
I'm the new landlord, so I'm gonna call all the shots on what Shay paying for rent. But how exciting is that, Shay?
You see what I'm saying? So that's the flexibility you have when you become an ILF provider, right? An independent living facility provider that is providing lucrative, safe, amazing housing for people. And also, now that I'm a nonprofit organization, I don't have to just offer this to the Angela Denise Foundation. I can now partner with Forston Consultants, with Second Chance Housing. I can partner with Cozy Comforts. I can partner with any of the ILF organizations to say, okay, who's suitable for this program? And then we move forward. So I'm done.
I like something that Shay said yesterday, and she may have said it to you all, but I'm gonna just repeat it. Shay said because of the population that she's currently housing, she can build a program around them. I think some of y'all may have missed that, or in terms of what she meant. Shay, can you go over that one more time and give them kind of how your program, not that the program changed, but your population did,
Population
and how
change.
now your thoughts and ideas you can wrap around these women. You probably just did it, Shay, but do it
Mhm.
one more time because I want people, because some of y'all don't know this. Shay is a nonprofit organization,
I
guys.
am.
I'm not. We're married, we live together, we both got a program. So
Mhm.
Shay is a part of Second Chance Housing, and I'm a part of the Angela Denise Foundation. But guys, Shay is nonprofit. So listen again to what
Correct.
she said because of the population of the women that she has now. And
Completely
her
different.
virtual assistant is doing a lot of this work. Go ahead, Shay.
Yeah. So before and after, right? So because of and this is how you have to look when you enter this space, Derek. So I want to give people just some coaching real quick. When you enter into the space of housing, you've got to always have your head on the pivot. You've got to know current events, what's happening in your community, what's happening. Why are the phone calls getting a little different?
Right.
Why are the hospitals intakes or the social workers giving me calls for people that are just, oh, I'm just depressed. Oh, I just been going through a tough time, and I attempted suicide because I couldn't handle it anymore. Right? This isn't just your normal person with a significant schizoaffective disorder. Right? This is not your person that has bipolar type whatever. This is a person that life has shook up to the core. They made one bad decision or a decision or an attempt out of depression. They still have a job over here at at the prestigious university. They still have all these things in place, but because of the way life has transitioned, that's what's happening. So pay attention to what's going on in your community first and foremost. Now, to answer your question, that is how I got to this point, Derek. I noticed a change in my phone calls. My phone calls were no longer consistent with the way they were last year or the year before. The year before, the phone call was more of, "Hey, Miss Forston, I have a lady that is that's schizophrenic. Um, I have somebody that's bipolar depressed. That's their background. Blah 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 blah. Can't stay with family due to da 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 da." That's not the phone call anymore. The phone call, Derek, is, "Hey, Miss Shay, I have a lady here. She's a full-time employee. Um, we advise that she not live alone right now because of the situation she's been in and the reason behind her visit to this organization. So what I want to do is connect her for a part-time, because she's been in the hospital long enough to where, guess what, she's either preparing or approaching eviction. So the goal is now to put her in a community based living environment so that she can just regroup, be able to go to work and be able to go hang out with friends, visit family. We want them to still have that same ability to come and go, but we don't want them to just be by themselves. That's what my phone calls are sounding like, guys. I'm giving you an inside kind of preview of what my calls are sounding like. So with my phone calls sounding like that, guess what happens? The model changes. Now it allows me to build a program around individuals that are working, that are consistent, and that have a mindset enough to say, you know what? This is what got me to this place. I need to knock down X amount of debt. I need to do da 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 in order to restabilize.
Mm.
So now, with that being said, I'm able to say, okay, this is the calls, this is the population. Man, my houses look different. Man, the phone calls look different. Man, the social workers ask is even different. How can I do blah, 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 blah to not have them stuck in this position, but launch them, be their slingshot, and propel them into their next, right? And that is how I've made the decision to be able to do that, because you've got to be present. You can't just be, I'm an ILF provider and not be present. I don't take all the calls. Jess does. But Jess takes enough notes. And when we meet, she will say, "Miss Shay, you know what? I'm realizing a lot of these people have jobs. Miss Shay, you know what? My mind frame is to train my VA to look for the things that I want her to look for."
Mm.
Pay attention to what the call sounds like now, Jess. Are you getting a lot of calls from So Said Hospital? And what does that call sound like now? Miss Shay, it sounds nothing like it did last year. Really? Tell me about that. Those are the conversations I have with my VA. But at the same time, I'm going to the meetings in the city. If I'm not in person, Derek, I'm on Zoom.
Yeah.
If I'm not on Zoom, guess who is? This guy that's on the screen, Latrell.
Who is Latrell? Let them know who
Latrell
he
is the
is.
VA he's the virtual assistant for the Angela Denise Foundation. And he is also my partner in crime when it comes to building out programs that the Angela Denise Foundation can incorporate in our nonprofit organization.
Now, I want to interject because I want to make this some really good coaching.
Go for it.
Because if they're listening, somebody should be saying, Shay, you keep talking about programs. What do you mean by a program? So watch me pull information out of Shay to make sure you guys get great coaching. Shay, could one of these programs possibly be, because what you're hearing on these phone calls and what your stats are telling you, Shay, some of these women have bad credit, which leads them to not being able to do well in life. Is credit repair a part of this program you're speaking of?
Oh man, I'm sorry, Instagram family.
They only get an hour, I think.
They changed that. Now they brought it back. I'm sorry, Instagram peeps. Y'all.
So anyway, Instagram, if you were joining us, you're going now. Instagram only allows us to stream that for an hour for some reason. But anyway, let's get back to the coaching. Shay, will credit repair be a part of one of these programs that you're going to offer the women that you're housing? And why would they need credit repair? Go into that.
Why do any of us need our credit fixed at any given point in time, right? And that is because we spend bad. Again, I just said it. Inflation. They're now leaning on credit cards. They're unable to keep up with the credit card payments due to the high interest rates, blah, 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 blah. But now that these individuals are, again, a different population type, let's help them lower the debt. Let's help them get rid of the unnecessary inquiries, the lingering, the what is it? I'm losing my train of thought. Get rid of all of the bad notifications on the credit report and prepare them to be able to go out and pass a credit report now when they're ready to move out on their own and turn on water, right? So now that they're not having to have these high behind deposits. So again, it's again creating those things that are necessary that we have to use on a day-to-day basis, which is credit for the most part, when we are even applying for the least of things, right? They're pulling the credit. They want to see how you navigate money or your finances. How financially savvy or skilled are you? Are you somebody that just runs up debt because you feel like it? Or has life taken its toll? So, Derek, I think that's the importance of having the credit repair involved in program, because of the fact that credit is something that in the United States it's leveraged for everything. It's leveraged for everything. And that's what we want to do, is we want to make sure that everybody that comes into the Angela Denise Foundation, now that we know that there's a new population shift for us, is prepared to not be stuck in an ILF or stuck in a shared living model. The goal is to prepare you and propel you to get to your next space or your next level. And that was not something that I was able to do with my chronically my previous clientele that had, the higher more debilitating mental health issues, right? It's difficult to try and get them to keep, to keep the house clean, or it's difficult to make sure that they're staying up with appointments, or, making sure and checking in that they can actually navigate life to a certain extent. And that's why it's so amazing that we have partnerships, Derek. So like prime example, like I said, you heard me just say that I've had some really down mentally residents. But with that said, I'm an independent living facility owner and operator that allows for their companion to be at the house every day, their case manager to be alongside of them every day. So now the case manager can case manage on an effective and a more frequent basis, because this individual has, one, a place to reside, and two, a safe place that the case manager is welcomed into. that they can perform or provide their client with the services that they so need. So again, what is your niche? Like, what is your niche? What is your community calling for? And that's how you navigate this space. I would have never looked at this 3 years ago and seen my niche being what it is today. And the only reason it is what it is today is because my phone calls have changed. My community's needs are different. So it's time for me to go with the ebbs and flows of that niche or of that community and that market that I serve.
That's good
Derek?
stuff. That's a big part of our teaching, right? There's no problem with you coming into this and with Derek, I want to house military veterans. Derek, I only want to house women that are going through domestic violence. Well, that's great. But what if when you get into this, the first 13 calls you get is for a different population? What do? Right? And that's one thing that's kind of like the title of today's room, right? How to refer independent adults.
Mm-hmm.
So that HRA model, we would hope that you would implement that. The HRA stands for Housing Referral Agency. So again, guys, Shay just broke a lot of stuff down to you guys, and this is great coaching. We gave a lot of you guys some coaching today that you probably wouldn't normally get unless you were in a sit down with us. But notice how we give you the textbook stuff, but notice how we bring you back into the real world of stuff. Notice how these pictures that you're looking at right now on screen, these aren't Photoshop from the internet. These are all houses that we have and operate. Right? So again, that's one thing that's different from us. We're going to give you guys the real coaching. We're going to hold nothing back from it, but we're also going to give you real world situations of how this works. And again, if you're in this room, you say, Derek, man, I really want to do this, but Derek, I still can't rent a house. I can't lease one, and Derek, buying one is not even in my view right now. That's again where the HRA comes in, guys. Remember and listen to this carefully. The HRA allows you to house people without the need to have the property. You're just going to leverage other people.
Correct.
Like, I got a few beds available right now, Orlando and Kissimmee. You guys can refer people to me right now today. Mm-hmm. So again, all you need to work the HRA is the willingness to open your mouth and tell the world that you are a housing provider.
Yep.
Whether you have a house or not. Then you connect with social workers and case managers. I got a free 14-minute webinar that breaks all of that down. How do you build that funnel system of getting your phone ringing? Because I'll admit, that's the biggest part to this. How do I get the phone ringing to get the need to even to come to me? And now when the need does come to you, and at the same time, you're also building relationships with people that already have the real estate to house these people.
Right.
And then once you make that referral, guys, you just made a referral fee. Let's take a break. We'll be right back, and we'll further break down the HRA. If you've ever had a dream to house the homeless or the displaced or to start your own housing program, but the barrier for you was actually getting the real estate to do it in, we got something that's almost even better for you. And it's called the HRA, Business in a Box. The HRA allows you to be a housing referral agency to where you still can house the homeless and the displaced and start a housing program, but it doesn't require the real estate. You don't have to buy it, lease it, or rent it. You're going to leverage other people that actually have the real estate and then make a referral fee. So we want to give you more information about that. We have a 14-minute free webinar that breaks the HRA down. So no more an excuse of not having the house to do it or not being able to buy or rent or lease a house. Because if God is putting your heart to start this program, start it. So step number 1, get an LLC and brand it, right? Step number 2, start getting the word out about who you are and what you do and that you offer housing. And again, after watching the HRA webinar, consider the HRA Business in a Box, because in that will be everything that you need to start your own housing program, and you never actually need the property. We're going to teach you how to leverage other people to still make your dreams come true. So the HRA Business in a Box is only $19.97. Check it out. Also bring your questions here to YouTube so that we can answer it for you. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, wherever you catch us at. But don't forget, the HRA stands for Housing Referral Agency, and you don't need the property to still make an impact in your community. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. So again, man, thank y'all so much. I keep saying that, but I truly appreciate it. God has given me this vision and I'll say the instruction to make sure that I explain and break this down to people. Because again, man, I made a promise to God. So this has nothing to do with you all because you guys are great people. But I say, God, if you make this work for me, I promise I'll take time out of my schedule and I'll give this thing back to the world so that this ministry can change their lives the same way that it did for me. So guys, God is no respecter of person. I was born not with the silver spoon in my mouth. Now, I'll admit, I don't have no crazy story that I was poor, eating out the trash. And guys, I don't make stuff up like that. But I will say this. I've always been somebody that I feel like I've always had enough.
Yeah.
But guys, I never had enough. Does that make sense? We always wanted more, right? We always believed that there was more. And we always prayed that God would bless us so much that we could be a blessing. And I truly believe that that's the life that I'm living today. God has blessed me. Do I have everything that I kind of want? No. Do I have everything that I need? Essentially, yes. But we all got some wants. We all got some needs. And again, I'm going to lean on that. If you're doing God's will and helping his people, it's hard to fail in life like that. So no matter how things get tough, even with us in life and finances, we believe in keeping God first, keeping people right under that, because I believe that if you're doing the will of God, guys, it's hard to lose like that. So I always tell people, can you imagine having a job or a business to where the blessing of God was already built into it? And that's kind of what this is, guys. So again, don't forget, man, we want to make sure that we see you guys in June 21st and 22nd in Orlando, Florida is the 2024 ILF conference.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
So a lot of people asked about those tickets in terms of what's all involved in it. First of all, I'm going to tell you that it's in Orlando, right? So make it out of a vacation, bring you and your family, right? Come for some relaxation, some sun, rekindle your relationship with your loved ones or your spouse, but also come and learn something that can change your life and the lives of people that are around you. So again, 21st and 22nd of June, Orlando, Florida, we're going to feed you. So you're not going to be hungry. We're going to give you lots of snacks, lots of breaks, coffee, donuts, all of that stuff that you probably shouldn't have. We're going to feed y'all real good. So for the $397 ticket, which is super crazily affordable, all of the information that even you guys are getting today goes deeper, guys, for only $397. And I'll just say this, we have nothing in our repertoire of products that's $397.
Nothing.
So that's why once a year for a lot of people, this is the cheat code to get into this. We usually have a masterclass or a conference once a year. Every now and then the overflow gets kind of big and we'll do a second one. We're already kind of looking for maybe where's a spot that we can throw in the second one. But for right now, that is not even on our minds, and everything is being pushed towards June 21st. So again, that's a one-day event for the general ticket. You're also going to get a luxury culinary experience. That means we're going to feed you, right? And we're not going to give you no box lunch like some of these places that I went to learn stuff. They gave me a box. It had a Capri Sun in it and a sandwich from Publix. We're not doing that, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to get a plated lunch, a plated salad, a plated entree, and a plated dessert. And snacks throughout, coffee, tea, water, all of that stuff. And guys, I'll admit, the reason why we do that is because Shay and I do go to a lot of conferences because we're always pouring back into ourselves. I truly believe that if you're a coach or a consultant and you do a lot of pouring out to people, if you're a pastor, if you're in church leadership, you need to get poured back into. And sometimes we go to places, guys, and I'll admit, they only give you a bottle of water. They keep you there for 9 hours, and you might get a granola bar.
You're looking crazy by
You're looking crazy. And after 4 hours, Tiffany, I can't concentrate, Tiffany, because I'm hungry.
Ready to go.
So the second part of the conference, Katara, I really can't even pay attention because my stomach growling. And Shay know how I get if I get hangry. Shay get like that too. I'm going to tell on her.
I do.
So if we get too hungry, attitude start coming out a little bit, Angela. I got to eat.
Acting a little special too. Look, you see me, I ain't even looking at the camera.
We're going to make sure we feed you guys. The $397 ticket still comes with a lot of networking. We're going to put you guys specifically around other people that are already doing it. What I'm excited about is that a lot of first-time people will come to stuff like this. And because so many of you all now have taken the coaching and you're doing it, y'all don't know it yet, but y'all going to be mini coaches at this event. So when we're sitting at the tables, no more of strangers at the table and nobody knows how to do this. Tiffany going to be at a table with 8 people. Katara going to be at a table with probably 8 people. Joanne gonna be able to take, like, everybody that's already doing this. You guys are going to become like mini consultants the day of, and that's the advantage for our newer people to still be able to get the game, even while you eating that good salad and that good entree, and while you scarfing down I think the dessert, the dish is cheesecake.
I'm
Those
not sure
warm
what we're
big
doing
chocolate
yet.
chip cookies. I don't know what they're doing.
I don't know what they're doing
But
yet.
anyway, all of that's involved in the $397 ticket. Shay, if you want to talk about the VIP ticket, go ahead.
Yeah, the VIP ticket is going to be fun, nurse. So I get to put together an amazing swag bag for y'all, right? And that is, I'm excited. It's going to have all of the necessities that you need to
Shay's so
growing.
excited about the swag bag, y'all. She
because I
skipped
get
the
to go
tour.
shopping. I'm talking about the swag bag. I'm not even. I'm going to the swag bag because you know how sometimes you get a swag bag and you're like, well, what am I gonna do with this after it's done? Like, a wasted time. I'm gonna just throw it away. But no, that is not the concept for an ILF family conference. So the swag bag is something that you do get. The meet and greet with the speakers is going to be amazing and phenomenal. You'll get the opportunity to have some, ask questions that when they present it, that you may have, you want to take a deeper dive into. Again, and just being able to connect with us, right? We get to sit down and talk and ask questions. You see us all the time on our social media platforms and all of this good stuff, but being able to interact and engage is the true exciting moment for all of us at Forston Consultants. The ILF tour and resident interaction. All right.
That's what most people want.
Most people want to know, what does it look like for an active ILF? What kind of residents are you housing, Shay? Are they looking crazy? Are they, and this is, all of our ladies at the house that we will be going to, or the houses that we will be going to, all of our residents will, of course, be signing waivers, and you all will be doing the same. Because this is going to be an opportunity for you all to interact.
And we've
with
never
our
done this
residents.
before.
And
This is new.
Never.
We've never done a tour with the
Never.
client interaction. And I'll
Correct.
admit, our clients are just as excited to meet you all, because we told them a little something. And
Yeah.
again, we dress up a little bit of who you guys even are, and we'll keep that kind of secret,
Yeah.
and we'll communicate that. But they're excited to meet you all already. Shay has kind of spilled the beans on a little bit of that. And Shay's got some exciting news of how she's going to do that evening tour with the folks, and I'll kind of let you do that. I'll stay out of that.
Yeah. So and that'll just be, they'll see when we get there, right?
Yeah.
But again, it's really it's going to be a great opportunity for you all to see an active ILF. How does the Forston Consultants model look? How does it smell? How does it feel? Like, I'm not hiring professional cleaners to go there and clean up before y'all get there. Like, that ain't.
And either she gonna hide the clients from you all,
right?
Some people would never do this because they don't trust it. They don't trust their clients.
Right.
And they don't trust their nasty place they're inviting you to.
You'll see this.
We
in
want
its
you
rare
guys to
shape
come and
form.
see what it's supposed to look like,
You are gonna
so that
see
you
it.
guys have a good example of where to start. Back on you, Shay.
You'll see it live and direct. You'll get the experience, and to like I said, ask them questions. Ask them how they found us. Like, don't leave anything off the table. Like, we won't leave anything off the table. Again, we just ask that you would keep, their information private.
And some of them are actually going to want to share their story.
Yeah.
So
I do have a we're trying to get this special guest
I know,
set up and invited, and just waiting for the confirmation. But this special guest now travels so much, it's hard to keep tabs on this individual. Boy, I tell you, that's a true story from homeless to hopeful, right?
True story. So again, guys, that VIP ticket is what a lot of people is looking forward to. And again, if you know anything about us, guys, our general ticket is usually always $997. So for this year to be able to get a VIP ticket at only $697, that's again, I said all the time, but that's a no-brainer, guys. Oh, and by the way, if you're an IMB member or a past platinum member, you probably already got your email for your special pricing. I've always told you guys, ILF Mastery Blueprint members, which used to be past platinum members, you guys get spoiled for life with all conferences, events, master classes. You guys will never pay the original price. I told y'all that years ago. Some of y'all are still shocked and surprised that we do that. Oh, and big shout out to Neonta and her husband. They're the first married couple that has actually booked their ticket. And of course, they're elite ticket holders.
Exactly.
So congratulations to Katara and her husband, not Katara. Oh Lord, I'm messing it up. Neonta and his name always slips me. Neonta and hubby from Saints Care. They're the first couple. And it's right on the tip of my tongue.
Like, how do we
forget? Romel.
That's it.
Romel and Neonta from Saints Care. Big shout out to them. We always have kind of swag bags and different things for other like certain criteria that people meet. Y'all probably gonna get something from being the first couple that actually booked an elite ticket. Kiosha is usually in charge of that stuff and who's on our team. But I just again want to give you guys a big shout out and thank y'all for moving at the speed of instruction. We look forward to you all being there, and you all too will probably be one of the many coaches that are going to be at one of those tables when we all eat together. Because again, people will have questions, and I only want my people that are actually operating this and in doing it to be able to kind of share that knowledge and love. And I'm excited about that because again, it's great to hear it from me and Shay. But some people say, well, Derek, that's just you and Shay. Show me somebody else who you taught it to, Derek, and let them tell me.
Yep.
No problem. So, Tiffany, that's why we're literally doing that. People want to hear from other people that we've taught it to. Okay? Yep. Shay, talk about this elite ticket.
See, so the elite ticket's my favorite, right? Mm-hmm. Not only do we you get everything both days, the walkthrough, but we have a special. How dare they spell your name wrong? A special. They
spelled my name wrong?
They did.
Oh, I do see the second one's only got one R.
How dare you? But anyway,
we just caught a live typo, y'all. So my VA, Tara, the executive, actually built this. So we got to tell Tara she actually missed the R on my name.
But it was only in one spot, so we'll forgive
no problem.
But anyway, the fun part is, you have all of the same perks as the VIP
and the first two tickets.
But with this ticket, we're going to do something special on night 2. On night 2, we are going to whisk y'all away, and we are going to go and have an elegant dinner. And we are going to talk more. We're going to, it doesn't have to be.
This is the event where we might not let you wear your t-shirt.
We can't. You can't wear no t-shirt.
We want you to kind of look a little nice.
Flip-flops, right? Y'all don't come down here wanting to be real.
Yeah, because we can't take you into the place we going if you got your t-shirt and your Crocs on.
No socks and flops.
Joanne,
okay?
All right, Joanne. Don't put them Crocs on, Joanne.
No socks and flops. No socks and flops. This is going to be a very nice night where we get to sit down, break bread again, have some intimate conversations. This is where the floor is wide open for you to ask Derek, myself, any members of the ILF family that will be here, and any of our speakers. Like these are the intimate moments where you can ask the questions that everybody want to ask, right? And this is that available for you all so that you can engage fully with us and get those questions answered again and enjoy a good meal, right? Let's break bread. We listen. I don't eat much, but I love to eat, if that makes sense. I don't eat big portions.
You guys will see that when we go, most of Shay's food will go to her to go plate for the next day.
Just don't pick on me. Derek done told before time, right? But his hands are always the one.
Shay didn't eat anything really.
He's the one that's always like this. He'll try to steal my to-go plate. So
I'm gonna finish my food most of the time, y'all.
Yeah, but again, this is where we get to just sit down, come together, have those in-depth conversations. You'll get to hear, if you're not an ILF Mastery Blueprint member, you'll get to hear conversations between us and ILF Mastery Blueprint members that may be having tough times in their market, that may be having some obstacles that they want to have our help through discussion and coaching. Like, you get a seat at the table. That's literally it.
We almost named it that.
Seat at the table.
We almost named it that, to be honest with you, but that's exactly it. You get a seat at the table.
Yep.
And as I said, and some of you guys know this, so I don't have to kind of bleed this into you. There's a difference from being on this YouTube channel, from being on Instagram, Facebook. Even though we're live right now, guys, there is nothing like being in the presence of the people that you're trying to learn this from, right? Tiffany, Katara, a lot of you guys that have been around us for a while, you guys could tell them that. There is nothing like being in the midst of Forston Consultants. And again, if you guys know anything about us, we keep God first on everything. So you guys are going to feel the presence of God when you walk in it, right? One thing that we're going to do even before you guys even walk in that place is pray over it. We're going to walk it and pray, and we're going to pray God's best for your life at this event. I pray for each and every one of y'all. Anybody that ever comes into our presence, We always pray for you, whether you know my name or not, or if I know your name or not.
Absolutely.
But you get a special prayer when you meet us in person. Like, we literally got pictures of where Mom Forston was praying with people as they left the last event. People that wanted Mom to touch and agree on certain things as we were leaving. And most of y'all got a place now. Most of y'all got an ILF now. Most of y'all got multiple ILFs now from that event. And not because Mom Forston prayed per se, because God agreed with you. And Mom Forston came into agreement, and you were in an environment where we want things like that to flow. So again, if you believe in God and you love God, love people, and love real estate, you'd almost be doing yourself a disservice not to come to this event June 21st. Okay, so we got a couple more minutes before we're literally closing down today, but I want to make sure that I'm honoring all of the new people. That if you're new to us and you got any questions or concerns about anything we talked about today, please ask us. Type it in the chat, come on the stage. Doesn't matter. My job is every time we come on this live is to give the game away, give knowledge, understanding, but also give you a way to get into it, right? And if by any chance you can't make the event, but you still want to be a part of this, because there's really 4 ways to kind of be a part of this movement, right?
Yeah.
The first way is our one-on-one coaching. That's the ILF Mastery Blueprint. That's what most people want. They want me in their back pocket. They want Shay's personal phone number. Shay, I don't want to do LLC like Derek. I want to be nonprofit. Shay, can you help me? That's in our coaching. Okay. The second way to get involved is to come to this June event, because we want you there. That's probably the most cost affordable. Yeah. The other way is something that we literally just developed not even 2 weeks ago. It's called the do-it-yourself version. For people that say, well, Derek, can you just give me your paperwork and the documents of how to do this? And Derek, give me all your coaching, all your curriculum. Derek, throw in that virtual assistant too. And Derek, will you build the website too?
Absolutely.
That's our do-it-yourself version. So basically, you get everything in the ILF Mastery Blueprint other than me as your personal coach. Let's take a break. Let's talk about the DIY, and we'll be right back. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I finally did what you guys have been asking me to do for probably about 2 or 3 years now. We get a lot of questions from people that says, Derek, do you just sell the paperwork? Derek, do you have a do-it-yourself version? And guys, I'll admit, we've never had that. We truly believe in the one-on-one coaching. But the more that we listen to you all as our customers and as our family, my job is to do what you guys need, which is a lot of people have been asking for the do-it-yourself version of the ILF Mastery Blueprint. So guys, we've done that. So for only $2,497, we've created a version of the ILF Mastery Blueprint where you can actually do it at your own pace. And again, everything's involved except for me being the one-on-one coach. So again, one more time, we want to offer to you guys a do-it-yourself version of the ILF Mastery Blueprint. And you guys can visit forstonconsultants.com/IMBDIY. And that's for people that says, Derek, I just want the paperwork. And Derek, I don't need your one-on-one coaching. I want to do this at my own self-pace. And guys, we've listened. So we've developed the ILF Mastery Blueprint do-it-yourself version. And again, for only under $2,500, that's a no-brainer. And that is something that you want. You guys can either visit the website or simply just text my team DIY to the phone number 407-326-0086. One more time, you can text the word DIY to 407-326-0086, and we'll get you the information that you need to be able to move forward so that you can do it at your own pace. Have a great day, and we'll see you at the top. Absolutely. So again, that's for the people that says, Derek, I just want your documents, the paperwork, and still give me all the coaching. Derek, build my website, and Derek, still give me the virtual assistant. Guys, you can get that for under $2,500. So there's a lot of people lately that's been getting that because they don't want my one-on-one coaching. Like I thought everybody wanted. I don't want you telling me when that we can meet and when we got to talk. And Derek, I want to do this at my own pace.
I'm going to tell on Derek
and
real
we finally
quick.
did it.
I'm going to tell on Derek real fast before we go because he always telling on me. So I'm going to tell on him. So one day he did a strategy call, right, guys? And Tara did the post call. Usually it's Jess, but Tara did a post call. And the lady pretty much said, I don't need to be listening to Derek talk. She said, y'all don't just have something that I can do on my own time. Like, I don't want to be bound to y'all.
Yeah.
And we were like,
here I am thinking everybody want the one-on-one hand-holding coaching. Because I just thought that's the way
But
people
can I
want to
tell you
learn.
something? Tara
Absolutely.
and I have been trying to bully Derek this route. And I'm so glad Tara took this call because it tickled Tara and I like you would never believe. So we was like, don't nobody come to hear you, Otis. Ain't nobody come to listen to you speak. Don't nobody want to be attached to your hip. So now, welcome to the DIY
Yep.
project.
So welcome to the DIY, guys. And hey, and I'm going to even apologize, right, for it taking so long.
Yeah.
Because again, you guys have asked for this for a long time. And again, no, Shay, everybody want one-on-one. Everybody need me to hold their hand. And guys, that's not true. And even though we played the video, I'm gonna just give it to you real quick because again, some people still have questions about it. But guys, essentially, you get everything. All the ebooks. This whole slide here talks about all the ebooks. Even the HRA business in a box that everybody tries to buy separately, guys, it's inside of this.
Mm-hmm.
So again, if I were you, I wouldn't get the HRA business in a box for $19.97. I would get the whole DIY maybe for the $24.97.
Yeah.
And then if you're really special and you want to be a part of that 10-person group, that's called the ICC, and that's very new. I'll admit, I've only announced that on YouTube, and then my team handpicked certain people, and you guys got emails. But I'll talk about that really quick because I'll admit the ICC and the DIY do-it-yourself is very similar.
Yep.
The only difference in the two is about a $200 difference, and the DIY, 1,000 people can get that. 1,000,000 people can buy that. But the ICC, I'm only taking 10 people.
That's it.
And the ICC is essentially, again, the ILF Mastery Blueprint one-on-one coaching, but it's a 6-month program. Your June event is complimentary to you. We still give you the virtual assistant, and we're going to build your website, and you get me for 6 months.
Yeah. Now, see, that's the
Did you
cheat
get
code.
that, guys? So you get
There.
the group coaching and the one-on-one coaching.
That is the cheat.
So, and again, guys, that's only $2,700. So again, if you're somebody that says, Derek, I want that one-on-one coaching, but I saw your website, it was $15,000, Derek. Well, yeah, that's true. But there's also a scholarship that brings it to $7,500. But if you also say, well, Derek, that's still a little steep, no problem. The ILF Cohort Collective, guys, is only $2,700.
Yeah.
And guess what? The June ticket, the general admission, is a part of it. And because I'm doing some special research and development on this group, because I told you guys, I don't hide their stuff. When I fully am done with this first group and we get it to how we want it, this will probably be an $8,000 coaching product.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The difference is that you guys get it at the development price. I love that because Shay made that up. You guys get it as we're developing it. So if you wanted our coaching but couldn't afford the 15 or the 7,500, everybody else in this room, including everybody that I've been naming, they all pay either the 15 grand or the 7,500. And they'll tell you it was worth every penny because of the lives that they're changing, and their life also changed doing this.
Yep. They sure
So
did.
again, for $2,700, guys, that ICC is a no-brainer. So if you want to be a part of the ICC, we're only picking 10 people for that, and it starts May 1st. Text the word ICC to 407-326-0086. Hey, what's going on, family? I got a special offer, and this is only for 10 people. So you've heard me talk about the ILF Mastery Blueprint before, right? We have something now that's called the ICC, the ILF Cohort Collective. And this is where I'm going to take a special group of 10 people. And this is a one-time thing, right? So if this is something you want, make sure you act on it. But we're taking a small group of 10 people, and instead of paying the 15 grand or the 7,500 for the ILF Mastery Blueprint one-on-one coaching, we're literally giving it to you guys for only $2,700. It's going to be a 6-month program. Your June event on the 21st, that's actually involved in it. So your complimentary ticket to the June event, we give it to you. And there's a lot of things that we're going to add to this program. And again, guys, I'm only taking 10 people. So if you want more information about this or to be added to the waiting list, because this starts May 1st, text the word ICC to 407-326-0086. And again, guys, essentially, you're going to be able to get the ILF Mastery Blueprint, the one-on-one coaching for only $2,700. And I'm super excited that this is a special group. And again, this is a one-time offer. So if you want to take part of this, or if you want more information and to be added to the wait list, again, text ICC to 407-326-0086. And we look forward to talking to you about it. That's it. So, guys, again, I've pretty much explained all the ways to kind of get in contact or be a part of this movement. And then the last way that I don't think I named yet is absolutely free. So every Monday at 6 p.m., that's my promise to God that I made to him, that I'll come in here regardless and answer all y'all questions and give this game away. Right? Every Tuesday, 6 p.m., we usually talk about virtual assistants and the greatest software system in the world that runs all of our businesses, which is digitalflowsolutions.net. Again, if you need a great website, you can get a website from digitalflowsolutions.net, guys, for $97.
Love those websites.
And literally, you can get it managed and hosted for only $37 a month. So there are plans that start at $37 a month, $87 a month, or the $297 a month, depending on what you want your website and your CRM system to do. But again, one more time, digitalflowsolutions.net, get a website for $97, guys. And my marketing team is going to build it according to your liking, your color scheme, and the way you want it. So in other words, you get to boss my team around. Okay. So again, don't forget to also text that ICC if you guys want to be a part of that. We appreciate that. And again, for the person to ask this question, because I just got two more questions, it's kind of one question.
Right.
Let me pull it back up here. Let me see. Give me an example of the last two people that you've housed, and was it this week? So I'll admit, I didn't bring in anybody new this week, but next week, Monday morning, in fact, the guy's texting now. You asked what kind of person? This is a good example of what Shay talked about earlier. The kind of guy that I'm going to be moving in Monday morning, he wants a private room. So what you see on the screen, he don't want that. Right? He want that one bed in a room by itself to where he's not sharing with anybody. He wants a private room, ladies and gentlemen, and he works at a toll plaza. There is no mental health issues. He's not struggling with his mental health like 90% of the people that I house. They have a mental health diagnosis. That can be anywhere from schizophrenia, depression, bipolar disorder, schizoaffective disorder. It could be an eating disorder. It could be a personality disorder. There's a lot of different mental illnesses, guys. And we get deeper into that, into the coaching. But this gentleman does not have a mental illness
at all.
One day, life hit him, and he couldn't afford his house anymore. Guess where he's sleeping right now until Monday morning? His car.
And you
so when he spoke to me for about, I'll say 27 minutes, and he spoke to Jess for about 15 minutes, my assistant Jess, he left the phone call crying and couldn't believe that he's going to get his own private room for $960, and we take care of the lights, the water, the cable, the Wi-Fi, the security system, and all of his needs in terms of to live, the plates, the cups, the coffee mugs, the coffee maker, the dishwasher, the stove, the refrigerator, everything is going to be provided to him. He can't believe he's found something like this. He didn't know it existed, guys. So to answer the other part of your question, sir, a lot of people don't know that this even exists. So that's why when you guys advertise it to social workers and case managers, you're going to be a no-brainer to them, because they have a lot of clients that would want to live in an environment like this. Because guess why? This guy can't pass a background check completely. He don't have all the money to have first, last, and a double deposit to move in. He don't make 3 times the rental rate. See why we need it, ladies and gentlemen? That was the other part of your question, sir. Why would he want my place? I just told you. He can't afford first, last, security, none of that stuff. So when I offer a place that looks like this and the inside looks like this, I'm a no-brainer, because I pay all the external bills. So we're known as a one-stop shop, Shay. I'm about 10 minutes over, but I'm about to end it, Shay. Shay, we're known as a one-stop shop.
You better say it.
That means when the clients move into the Angela Denise Foundation, those women with Shay, they don't have to bring their bed. They don't have to pay a light bill, a water bill. They're not calling the company trying to get Spectrum Wi-Fi.
Nothing.
Shay's paying for all of that stuff. We tell people, bring your toothbrush. And if you don't have a toothbrush, guess what? Shay's got a nonprofit organization that people donate toothbrushes, shampoo, conditioner, mouthwash. See where I'm going? Soap.
brushes, flat
Shay's
brush.
got Shay's got 3 boxes bigger than any box at your house full of detangling brushes. Now, my guys, you have no clue what that is. But Tiffany and Joanne, you know what a detangler brush is. Shay get those for free. And the packaging still brand new.
Brand new, wrapped. I got flat irons. What else?
In fact, watch this. I'm finna bless Joanne right now. Shay, can you mail Joanne about 8 of those? Joanne houses women.
Oh, she does.
Watch this. Joanne's an ILF Master Blueprint member. Can we mail Joanne 8 of those? Or Joanne come to June event and we give them to her.
Exactly.
I love it.
Joanne, I'm not mailing you nothing. You come to that June event and I'll hand them to you in front of everybody.
Hey, that's what we gonna do.
That's what we do.
What you think about that, Tiffany? Tiffany, should we mail them to her? Should we give them to her in June?
Make a come. Remember, she's supposed to be coming to look for her husband too.
Mary, what you think about that, Mary? Mary, should we give it to her or should we mail it to her, Mary? Mary's local. We better see Mary too. Mary's local to us.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Mary just found out that she's going to be on Shay's board too. Yes. Big shout out to Mary Whitehead. Big shout out, Mary. So, ladies and gentlemen, I got to find a stopping point because as y'all see, we love this and we can talk about this all day. But guess what? Shay got to use these big muscles because I got to continue moving these women. But the lucky part is all the sofas, all the couches, and the heavy stuff is gone already.
Tiffany said in June.
In June, you got it. In fact, is Joanne still here? Because we always picking on Joanne. She's still here.
I love me some Joanne. Listen,
we love Joanne. We love everybody, man.
I love all of listen. Can I tell you, I'm excited. Our ILF Mastery Blueprint members have been asking us to do an event, do something where we can get together. And this is it.
This is it.
And not only for you all, the goal was not just to make it about the ILF Mastery Blueprint members, but getting us together and as well showing people how we do business, right? How we do things and how we do business and how we do life. And this is ultimately not just you paying for consultation or coaching services, but it's us doing life work together, right? So I'm excited to see you all at the June event. If you have not, please go to the ILF conference. No, not the, but ILF Independent Living Facility Conference.com. You'll see all of the information. Derek, if you can put that in the chat, ilfconference.com, Independent Living Facility Conference.com, whichever way you want to
take the short route. ilfconference.com is the short route.
Go ahead, visit the site, purchase your ticket. The goal was to make sure that we did something that was financially feasible. Those that know, our in-person events have never with a capital N been priced the way this conference is priced. And we've got some special guests that'll be here with us. We've got other teachers and trainers that are not just going to show you what they do, but they're going to talk about it. The whole purpose of this is showing you how to get from idea to implementation and what does that successfully look like? How do you successfully navigate that? And then what other opportunities can you combine with what you're doing to get you to where you need to go or where you need to be, whether it's a financial strain, whether it's a obstacle of obtaining the resources, which is the properties, whether it's, the connection. What do those conversations sound like with the case managers, the social workers, the healthcare providers? We're all going to be in one building, under one roof, dedicated to answering your questions, and not only answering your questions, but educating you on what this looks like. Is it a dire need? You can hear us talk about this all the time, but when we bring those people that we partner with, like our professional partners, into the room, you can't help but to learn and to walk away with that energy that says, you know what, it's time to take the step forward. So I look forward to seeing you all. Please, please, please go ahead and register. Those the elite tickets are at a max. They will sell out very quickly because we want to keep the elite experience very close knit and intimate. so that we can have those conversations. So make sure that you purchase your tickets
Yep.
and purchase
And also
quickly.
don't forget for the people that receive the email, if you're already an IMB member or a past platinum member, you guys also can upgrade.
Yes.
That's in fact what Neonta and her husband done, right? So we encourage you guys to do that. Your pricing is so crazily low anyway that you probably should upgrade. But anybody, because that's a big question that we're getting. What if I buy a ticket now and then change my mind later? Yes, you can always upgrade
Yeah.
your ticket. Just let our team know. We'll be glad to upgrade your ticket for that extra experience, because a lot of people still want that VIP. They want
do.
that tour. There's a lot of people that couldn't make the open house. And again, Shay has never done this to the point to where she's going to actually allow you to interact with her clients. We've never done that, guys. And nobody, to my knowledge, has ever done that in this industry. Usually people will take you through an open house, quote unquote, but nobody allows you to meet their clients. And guys,
Right.
we want to do that because we see that, because if you're being coached by us, you get that anyway.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of surprises a lot of our people. Say, wow, Derek, I thought these people were gonna be crazy and sliding from their mouth and jumping all off the walls. And guys, we don't house that population. We house people that are very similar to you and I. The only difference is some of them need mental health medications to stay stable, like you and I. But some of them just need a hand up because they can't afford their own apartment or their own house. And if you come, we're going to show it to you and we're going to prove it. So again, June 21st, general admission. If you're a VIP or elite, you automatically get day 2. And again, that elite ticket comes with a lot of stuff and certain things that they're not even announcing yet. You just going to get it as a surprise. So I just want to say thank you to each and every person that has come here today. Also, the last thing that I want to say, if you're an ILF Mastery Blueprint member, you're in a special Telegram group. I literally just text something really small today, but I did it about 45 minutes ago. I text in the group one of the greatest products that I found at Home Depot, and I want y'all to know about it. So I gave it to you all. That'll unclog any sink that you're struggling with. So if you don't have a maintenance guy, or if you want to just save a little bit of money on that maintenance call, in terms of how we instruct you guys to do your maintenance, this product I think was $10 and will save you hundreds of dollars. And then if you're real smart, watch this, because y'all know I'm business. You can take a $10 bottle and probably make $500 off of it in terms of doing service calls. So I'm already got 1 or 2 service calls because I saw what this thing does. Literally, I took 2 cups of this liquid, poured it into the drain, Shay and I left for I think 4 hours to go do some work. We came back. I poured into the sink. Probably, you guys know those big pots that you cook your collard greens in or you do your crab boil in? I boiled a pot that size of just water, poured it down the drain, completely unclogged. This same sink has been giving me a problem for months. We've tried everything.
I'm actually giving them an easy.
This thing is so good, ladies and gentlemen, that it guarantees the work or your money back.
It sure does.
So
and
anytime I see a product like that, I'm gonna try it.
We were ready to get our money back.
I'm like, Shay, we gotta try this one.
I was like, look at this. Derek was like, okay. And I'm gonna put a different link in there, Derek.
Yep. So the IMB members, Shay's gonna give you guys a link for that product. And again, man, I should have filmed it because again, sometimes I'm like, man, Derek, I don't believe that. I should have filmed it. So the next sink that I come up on that won't drain or is draining really slowly, guys, use that stuff and thank me later. But again, watch this, because y'all know I'm real business, right? Imagine serving or doing a service call, because most of the service calls, if you have the insurance, it's going to cost you $100. Imagine you charging somebody $80 to unstop that sink versus them paying $100 and have to wait 3 days for a company to come fix it.
Exactly.
You drive now or send your uncle. Now watch this, y'all. I'm blessed enough. Man, I'm finna give y'all some real game. I'm blessed enough to have a couple of my clients, guys, that are just like you and I, regular people. They got a car, all of that stuff. We got 2 service calls Monday morning where we're going to unclog somebody's sink. Guys, it's going to be $80 a piece. I bought this one bottle for $10. Out of that bottle, I only need 2 cups of it to go down the drain. They're going to let it sit for 1 hour minimum. The ball is going to tell you overnight is probably best because that's probably 8 hours of y'all being asleep and not using the sink. But guys, 1 hour minimum, and then dump boiling water in the sink. Somebody try it and thank me later.
And I just put the have to go looking for it. If you need to
Perfect.
just order
Thank you,
it,
Sherry.
you can just go online and order it, and it'll be.
We'll do that
delivered
from
to
now
you.
on because y'all know I'm
Yeah.
not very techy. But if I find and watch this, I've been promising y'all this and I haven't forgot. There's one product that I want to show y'all that I won't just send it. We're going to talk about it first because this is something that can get all of us in trouble. It can get you shut down. You can get in trouble. You can get in trouble. If you don't handle it right, you can get in trouble. So we're going to talk about that product. I'm not going to text that one. I'm going to text it when we talk. Okay? All of us need to know about this. Reader, you just got your first house. You need to be front and center when I give this class. So that'll be inside of the ILF Mastery Blueprint group. I'll do a Telegram one because that's all of y'all in that same group. But the one that I text just now that Shay just gave y'all, use it at your own personal house. But this is also, Shay and I are not going to build a whole store out of products that people need while they're functioning in the ILF. That's another thing, Shay, that I want Shay, I want a digital version of that, either kind of a book or something that we can attach to some kind of way, Shay, that everything that we need to run an ILF, I want our people to just go right there and get it, not be trying to search and click and all of that stuff.
Well, okay. I'm getting ready to post a whole bunch.
Troy said, man, that's amazing. Where's the link? So
for our ILF Mastery Blueprint
in
family,
our community,
I'm getting ready to send you the cameras, indoor and outdoor and accessories. So
everybody that came to the open house and asked, where in the world did you get these cameras? Shay got a link for it now. So Shay, in fact, Shay, talk about I know that we're supposed to be gone, Shay, but can you talk about why you're so uppity about secure, about being safe and cameras, and not because you're just so techy, but go into that.
Wow. I think it's just a great feature to have. I'll be honest. The first time I got into the housing program and the model, I had an incident that took place at the house. And there were no cameras. So there was nothing. We took over a house actually from someone else that was doing this the wrong way. And they saw that Derek was doing this and they asked us, would we be willing to take over the house? Because they didn't know what to do or where to take the residents. So we did take over the house. They had these fake dummy cameras throughout the house. And it just so happened that an old resident, fake cameras that were just posted all around the house. And they had some dummy cameras on the wall. And when something happened at the house and the lady was like, look, see, there's cameras. And when the cops reached out to me, I was like, sir, unfortunately, I'm the new manager of this house. And these cameras are they're just on the wall, sir. They don't have nothing, they're not plugged into anything. They're there. We don't know how these individuals are running this facility, but it showed the importance of having it, right? Somebody broke into the house and entered into one of the residents' bedrooms. The resident was able to scare them out of the room. And just because of the position and placement of where these cameras could have been, it would have caught everything. Unfortunately, this house did not have that. So guess what? We had a want moment. Yeah. So I had to figure it out. So I said, Derek, you know what? Every house needs cameras. Every house needs a home, an internal home phone line. Another thing. Thank you.
Shay, do you put cameras inside of the bathrooms?
No.
Do you put cameras inside of the bedrooms?
No.
Where do you put your cameras, Shay?
My cameras are in the common areas. And the way we have them set up is that they catch blind spots. You want to make sure that you have access to your entry and exit places of entry and exit. So that way you're catching everybody's.
Shay, are you able to speak through your cameras and communicate?
My indoor and outdoor, yes.
What does that mean?
So, prime example, I was messing around with Rita. I think was it Rita, Ken, and Angela one day, and we were all at the house, and I was able to open up the camera and just start yelling, "Hey guys, what are you doing?" What
human
happens?
Detected.
Yeah, it tells me that a human was detected on my property. But what that gives me, why am I able to do that? What happens in the event that, somebody's calling me because of what they deem as an emergency, And it really isn't an emergency. But like, Lord forbid, something's not working at the house. I can literally go on my camera and troubleshoot from the camera. So, prime example, I have two young ladies that are not very techy. And every weekend, for some crazy reason, the internet stops working. Have no clue why. I think it's one resident that just gets sick of it and disconnects everything, but the other resident doesn't know how to fix it. So what I do is I say, okay, I'm looking at the camera. I want you to do this. All right, hold it up so I can help them navigate and troubleshoot things that are techie, right? In those common areas. So that's the benefit of having the speaker capacity or capability, because I can look at them and I don't have to be on my phone and doing this. I can literally be looking at the camera from my phone and talking to them through the actual camera system. I'm like, no, not that one. I needed the plug below that. That one, yes, that one. Oh, this one, yes. Now plug that one into the back of the TV. Because of the way I can position the camera, I can move the camera to be able to see
Shay,
what they're looking
I
at.
got a question because this is going to further just help people,
Go
right? I
for it.
want to just make sure people are being educated
Mhm.
today. Shay, how do you handle having cameras on the day of intake when you're interviewing potential residents? How do you explain that there's cameras in the place, and do they get offended by that?
No. So I've had a few people say, "Well, what you got cameras here for? Who's watching the cameras all day?" And I said, "Listen, this is a security precaution that we really, we don't vial away from it at all. This is something that's consistent in all of our locations, and this is for your safety as well as ours. This is for your case manager's safety, right? Lord forbid your case manager is case managed, and let's say something happens to the case manager on the property. So this isn't just for your safety; it's for everyone's safety, my staff safety, and that way, if we can kind of just navigate the whole house. We can see what's going on in the house at any given time. Nobody's technically sitting behind there monitoring the cameras. But Lord forbid something gets stolen out of your room and you want us to be able to see who went into your room. I can go to the camera as long as you have a time bracket and have the team scroll through the camera so we can hold that person accountable too, because this is not what this
Right.
living environment is about. It's all about making sure that everybody's safe, right? And usually that kind of eases their mind. And then I said, in prime example, we've had residents in the past that will say, "Oh, my case manager abused me." Huh? Y'all only go to one place, and that's right here in the case management room, and it's under surveillance. So what day did this case manager jump across the table and choke you? Please let me know so I can go to the camera and also provide what's necessary, right? When you're dealing with people with mental health or some type of background, you want to make sure that everybody's set up for safety, security, and for success. And that's what the cameras allow us to do. But most times, guys, within the first 5 minutes, people forget. They come oblivious to those cameras. And when I
Yeah.
say oblivious, I mean
They
oblivious.
forget afterwards.
They
Like,
forget. Within
don't they know
24
the
hours,
cameras
they don't
in
even
there?
notice it.
They forget about it. Yeah.
Within 24 hours, they don't even, the cameras are not even a conversation anymore.
I
Yeah.
love that. Is that helping somebody? Notice how I'm
I
asking
hope so.
Shay questions to kind of probe and get information out of her. That's
Mhm.
the way that we also like to give you guys information, because I truly believe a lot of times when you guys are listening, you have questions or maybe you don't know how to phrase it. So
Mhm.
I just probe it out of Shay.
Yeah.
So I hope that's helping somebody. And again, I hope that we also did a great job of explaining what is an ILF, how do you get started, and where can you get more information, right? And again, we would love to see you guys in June, but some of you
Sure.
guys don't want to wait. So last night in our meeting with our team, we talked about, and some of you guys have kind of heard this, but now we just kind of stressed it a little bit more.
Mhm.
Any premium product that you guys purchase from us, we're going to just throw in your ticket to the event. Meaning
Absolutely.
that if you purchase the ILF Mastery Blueprint coaching, one-on-one coaching, the one that's either 15 grand that
See you
goes to
at the event.
7,500,
See
we're
you at the
see
event.
you at the event. If you purchase the do-it-yourself version, see
See
you
you
at
at
the
the
event.
event. Wow.
If you
What?
purchase the what's the other one that's the do-it-yourself? We also have
The
the
DIY.
DIY. No, DIY is do-it-yourself, right? So DIY and the one-on-one. I'm missing one, I think. But anyway, you purchase anything premium, you automatically come to the event. And if you're married, you drag your spouse too for free. And the way that you sell it to your spouse, who you also want to get into it, say, honey, he told me that you can come for free. So if you're a lady and you're trying to convince the hubby, first of all, you should get him to watch the webinar, then talk to me. But the other side, you say, hey, babe, he said if I buy the ticket, I can bring you for free. And that's what we're doing, guys, for married couples. So again, if you purchase the do-it-yourself version, you can automatically come to the June event complimentary. If you purchase the ILF Mastery Blueprint one-on-one coaching, you can come to the June event complimentary. And if you're married, your spouse comes complimentary. Is that understood, everybody? Let's take a commercial break real quick and we'll be right back. Hey, what's going on, family? Are you somebody that needs some help in your life or your business? Are you somebody that has a lot of ideas, but you can't quite get them out? You probably need a virtual assistant, guys. And again, at $5 an hour, that's an absolute cheat code for you, your life, your family, and your business. Because oftentimes these virtual assistants, guys, can do a lot of what we can't. And they often come with a bachelor or a master's degree. So when it comes to the educational side of it, guys, these VAs are, again, the cheat code to everything that you're probably looking for. Most of you guys have a full-time job, so it's hard to kind of implement a lot of the ideas that God has given you or the ideas that are in your heart. You should be visiting va101.co to get a virtual assistant that can help you in your life and your business and get some of these ideas out of your brain onto paper and then to implementation. One more time, visit va101.co, not .com, but va101.co and get a virtual assistant, guys, for $5 an hour. It's the cheat code, and it'll be the best decision that you ever made. I promise. All right. So for the young lady, I think that was KY Chick, typed in at ICC. Thank you so much. We'll appreciate it, but definitely text it to that phone number. That way you'll get that whole email and automation, and then my team could add you to the waiting list. And then they're also going to go ahead and send you the invoice. Now, the invoice is only because we think you want to move forward. So somebody called us on, I think it was Thursday evening or Friday night. She's like, why did you send me an invoice? Well, ma'am, you responded that you want to be a part of it. And because we're only taking 10 people, my team is already sending the invoice so that you can be a part of that number. So we didn't want you to miss it. But we also found out, Shay, that she never read the email that came before that. So she was like, wait a minute, I didn't even get an offer. Why did I get an invoice? But she skipped the email and didn't see it. Because again, guys, it's hard for us to make a mistake on that because it's actually all automated. Yeah. So she got a email, she got a text, and because she responded yes that she wanted it, she automatically got added to that wait list, and then the invoice goes out. She was like, well, why did I get, ma'am, first of all, you don't have to pay it. It's just because my team thought you were ready. So if you don't want it, don't pay it. Exactly. But if you want it, absolutely pay it to make sure that you're one of those 10. So KY Chick, go ahead and text that to that number 407-326-0086. And then my team will send you all of that stuff to be a part of that cohort. And for the person that asked again, that starts on May 1st. I did give the disclaimer that, and please tell me if you're one of these people, I'm still allowing 14 days into the month of May to be a part of it. And that's because I understand that I just kind of brought it out, and some people may not use the financing that we offer, and maybe you're doing something a little different. So I'm still giving 14 days, but I'm telling you, if it's outside of those 14 days, we can't do it because remember, my research and development is for 6 months. And I'm doing this for a specific time frame to prove something to myself, y'all, and the world. So again, it's got to be like that. So if it's outside of that, that'll just have to be a second group if I decide to do that. But for right now, that group is for only 10 people. Yeah. And again, we want you guys to be a part of that 6-month program. And then what I'm so excited about is that your ticket to the June event is complimentary. So that's the other thing that I think I forgot to say. So again, it is complimentary. Right? The June event, you just come, just show up. Right? So we'll make sure that you have your ticket and all of that good stuff. Yes. Shay, one last sweep of questions before we go. Anything that you saw in the chat, Shay, or anything that came to you through text?
I have not received anything other than I need to go.
Okay. Well, let's go move these
and
women.
Help these ladies move.
Yep. Let's do it.
Jeez, we got a long day. So y'all keep us prayed up, keep our strength. Most of the moving was done.
Yeah,
Just
the
the
heavy
little
stuff's
things.
over
Yeah.
with.
So everything's done. We just got a few things.
I'd be
to
shocked
mention.
if we're there for more than 2 hours today, literally, because
No, we
again,
shouldn't be there
the
that long.
couches, all the heavy stuff
Yeah,
is gone.
my lady's already
Now, you know,
texted.
these are women, so you know there's a lot of clothing,
It's a lot of stuff.
a lot of shoes, and probably 40% of stuff, Tiffany, that can go in the trash.
Oh yes.
That's the other thing that we'll talk about on a separate call with you IMB people. But women sometimes can be hoarders. So that can affect your cleanliness of your place. It can affect the clutteredness.
Yeah.
And then when you're moving, it's difficult. And here's a gem
Very.
before we go. Your older women sometimes struggle more with getting rid of stuff.
Can I share something about that?
Okay, go ahead, Shay.
I actually have I had to lean on the family of one of my residents because again, like Derek said, they want to hold like y'all, I ain't even gonna lie. I was dumping stuff when they weren't looking. Because it was stuff that wasn't necessary.
Old, unnecessary,
Like
not
you
needed.
got a bag of gift bags and wrapping paper. That's been used. So we're gonna throw it away. Yeah. Sorry.
Magazines, not a book. We'll keep books.
Yeah.
But a magazine from 9 years ago
Gotta go.
that everything's outdated and you kind of use it as just to put your coffee cup on, we don't need that.
Yeah.
So one thing that Shay told and explained to these women, hey guys, we going to a brand new place. We are not bringing clutter.
We can't.
Shay will go deeper with you IMB people on
Yeah.
that, but we're not bringing all of this junk from this rental property that we don't own to the place we own now with ownership on it.
No, sir.
So Shay has got a whole thing that she's doing with the garage and also these storage containers from Home Depot that Shay gonna probably send y'all those too on the link. Shay, I think you paid on sale $10 for those.
They were $10.
Huge boxes with lids and they're stackable.
So go to Home Depot today if you don't. I think that's like I don't know if it's on sale for the month of the week, but they were $10. So I nicely called the family member and I said, hey, they're $10. You need to go ahead and get you some like ASAP. If not, it can't be here. So you have to either store it somewhere on your premises because we cannot have that specific type of storage in the house. So yeah, with that being said, Mr. Forston.
Somebody just asked about the financing for the ICC
Uh-huh.
or the DIY. Yes, you guys can use financing for whatever we offer, right? So there's a third-party financing. I just sent that link to you. Maybe if you have the link, we can put it in the chat. But yeah, anything that we offer, guys, from the virtual assistants to our websites. Some people get a financing and get everything that we offer. Like the last married couple that literally just got our financing not even probably 5 days ago. They got approved for so much. They got the coaching, they got the June event, they got a virtual assistant, and a lot of that's already together because it's in packages. But they bought a bunch of different stuff that was kind of single products too. So again, you guys can do whatever you want, wherever you think you need to be, right? But again, 4 ways to get in contact with us to do this. The first way is free. YouTube every Monday night, 6 p.m., every Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern. The second way, the do-it-yourself version, where you say, Derek, I don't need your one-on-one coaching, bro. Just give me all your documents and all the paperwork. Build my website and give me a VA, Derek.
That part.
That's the DIY. The other way is the one-on-one coach. You say, Derek, yes, I want you in my back pocket. Derek, I want your personal phone number. I want you to build my website. Still give me a virtual assistant. And Derek, I want to be able to call you every day if I got questions. That's the one-on-one coaching for only $7,500. And then the one we just talked about, that special group for the ICC, that's only 10 people, guys. It's the same thing as the ILF Mastery Blueprint one-on-one coaching where you can call me every day. Same thing, but this is a 6-month program. And again, your ticket to the June event is involved in it. So guys, again, thank y'all so much for allowing us to explain it. And again, for the person that asked, yes, financing is available. We got a third-party financing, and if that don't work, you don't get approved, no problem. We do in-house financing. And literally what we've been doing for like the last 2 people that done it, $2,000 down, and then $350 a month for 2 months, and you're done. And I'm your coach and your big brother for 6 months. Oh, and don't forget, whoever does the best in that group, according to how I'm judging it, I'm paying your first month's mortgage or your first month's rental rate when you get your property.
Wow.
Because that's the goal, Shay, for this 6-month program. Somebody's going to leave this group with a property. And guess who's going to pay for their first month's rent or their first month's mortgage if they buy the house? Me. So I'm excited about that. So again, Shay, if somebody's always dreamed of getting this, but they couldn't afford that 15 grand or the 7,500, this should be a no-brainer at $2,700, and the financing is available. So we're giving this away almost, guys, because you're getting it at the development price. When this group is done, it's gonna probably be an $8,000 product. But right now, for only $2,700, we're gonna give it to you guys to make sure that you absolutely succeed. Let's get a word from David and Dennis, and we're gonna get out of here.
So Dennis, in this independent living facility model, right, which y'all call ILFs, what kind of residents can I house in this kind of model?
David, that's a great question. And that's actually what makes the ILF model so great, is because it's flexible. So prime example, you can house military veterans, elderly adults, women that are escaping domestic violence, and the list goes on and on and on.
So Dennis, where do you get your residents from? I see you guys on TikTok and Facebook, you guys getting all of these houses. Like, where in the world are you getting these people from?
Yeah, that's actually pretty easy. Forston Consultants teaches us to use social media such as Instagram, Facebook, to let people know who we are, what we do, but probably most importantly, who do we serve? And we do that very consistently. So every day, 7 days a week, there's something being posted about what we do and who we serve, but also building relationships with social workers and case managers. Again, letting them know who we are, what we do, and most importantly with them, that we're available.
Dennis, how in the world are you able to do this without a license, bro?
David, remember the reason why we don't need a license, because remember, the clients that we serve, they're independent. So that means that they can take their own medications, they can provide their own transportation, and they can cook and provide their own food.
Dennis, man, you seem to know a lot about this independent living stuff, man. How do you know so much?
Well, first of all, I graduated from Forston Consultants University, and I have a master's degree in independent living facilities. And I joined the Forston crew every Monday on YouTube at 6 p.m. Eastern. They go live, and that guy Derek, man, he give the game away. So I'm always there.
So Dennis, what in the world are the requirements to get started with something like this?
The only requirement for this, David, is a big heart for God, his people, and the love for real estate. That's it. And bro, don't think I ain't listening, because I am listening. But where can I find more information like this at, man? Because I really want to get started, man. David, if I were you, I'd follow Derek Forston on Facebook and TikTok, and then I'd follow Forston Consultants on everything else in terms of Instagram, Facebook, and on YouTube. Again, really slowly, David, because you're hard-headed. I'd follow Derek Forston at Facebook on his personal page. I'd follow him on TikTok, but I will also follow Forston Consultants on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Don't forget, David.
Hey, Dennis, man, I really appreciate that, man. I'm going to do exactly what you told me to do. I'm going to follow Forston Consultants on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook.
No problem, David. That's actually what I'm here for. And by the way, where did you get that hoodie? I like that.
Oh, this? I got this from Second Chance Apparel. I'll put the link below. This is for aspiring entrepreneurs. And the reason why I love to support it is that every shirt or hoodie that you purchase goes back into housing the homeless.
All right, Miss Shay, back on you.
Listen, I'm just ready for the what today has, right? Again, I pray that you all have had an amazing time here with us today and that you've enjoyed the information. We look forward to seeing you here in Orlando, Florida, June 21st to 22nd. You do not want to miss this opportunity to come together with like-minded individuals and take your idea and implement. Go from idea to implementation, and let's help you to become successful in no matter what business niche it is. We're going to equip you with the tools, the understanding, and the knowledge that you need to take that idea to the next level. And again, we look forward to seeing you here in Orlando, June 21st and 22nd. And I'm just excited to be a part. So again, thank you all for joining us. It's moving day, folks.
Moving day, ladies and gentlemen. It is absolutely moving day. Now, am I excited about that? Not really for my muscles and my back, but in terms of what this is, that we're leaving a rental property into a place that Shay owns now.
And I literally just got a text message from the old landlord.
Oh Lord.
So I'm quite intrigued. So I'm just excited again. It's let's just do great things and do what God's called us to do, right? And that's be the hand and feet of Christ by providing people that are in need with the support and the things that they need to help them to get out of that place and into a better position and situation. Have a great day, everybody.
Absolutely, guys. Hey, don't forget that procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God will give you more time for something that he's already told you to do. Okay? One more time. Procrastination, guys, is the arrogant assumption that God will give you more time for something that he's already told you to act on. God has already told most of y'all to get into something like this. And we just explained today how many ways that you can get into this, right? The conference, our one-on-one coaching,
Absolutely.
the do-it-yourself version, right? Or join us every Monday at 6 p.m. and every Saturday at 10 a.m. You guys be great. Don't wait to be great. Go to a place of worship somewhere tomorrow. Tell God you want to be in this. Pray for us as well that we're going to be the best coaches and mentors that
Absolutely.
you've ever had. And then ask that God merge it all together with the real estate, the coaching, and the social services so that you can make an impact in your community. Y'all be great. We'll see y'all Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we could ever ask or think, according to God's power that worketh in us. You guys be great, and we'll see you guys Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern.
Have a good
Hey,
one.
David, did you know that you can start your own housing program and it doesn't require you for you to own the property and you do not need a license? So how in the world would you do that? I was always told that you had to own the property and that there was always some kind of special license that you had to get from your city to do this. People always told me that there was lots of red tape to jump through. So you mean to tell me these are also not group homes? It's actually simple. They're called independent living facilities, and Forston Consultants actually created it. They hold the trademark for it. So I follow them religiously on Instagram at Forston Consultants as well as Facebook. And every Monday night at 6 p.m., they actually go live on YouTube at Forston Consultants, and I follow them there as well. So you mean to tell me my dream of becoming this housing provider that I've always dreamt of is closer than I realize? And again, you're telling me I don't need a license and I don't have to own the property. Absolutely. You do not have to own the property. You don't have to be a nurse. You don't have to be a CNA. And you can get started as soon as tomorrow. Click the link below for more information.
If you've ever imagined of starting your own housing program, there is no reason that after we're done here tonight that you shouldn't go to forstonconsultants.com/webinars and watch the webinar, guys, because a lot of you have wanted to start a group home or traditional assisted living facility, but that stuff takes license. It takes a lot of time to open. There's a lot of red tape to jump through. You have to ask for permission. We teach you guys how to open an ILF, an independent living facility, where you can house the homeless, displaced adults, or anybody that has a guaranteed income, and it doesn't require a license, and you don't have to own the property. Make sure you watch that free webinar at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, and then set up a free strategy call so that me and my team can get you started. Let's get back to the show. Hey, what's going on, family? I'm super excited because June 21st and 22nd is the 2024 ILF conference. That's right. We're super excited because it's in Orlando, Florida this year. So, guys, if you ever thought about starting your own housing program, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is the event for you. If you're a real estate investor and you're looking for a better way to serve people and actually make more money and also have a bigger impact in your community, this event is exactly what this is. 2024, the ILF conference, guys, is going to show you how we take people from homeless to hopeful and it not be a group home or an assisted living facility. We're going to teach you guys how we start unlicensed group homes, which we've trademarked independent living facility. And again, you guys are going to visit forstonconsultants.com for more information, but you're definitely going to visit ilfconference.com to get the information for the June event. There'll be a general admission ticket. We got some VIP tickets, and we have 15 elite tickets for people that want a little bit extra just versus being at the event. That comes with also a one-day mastermind and a lot of other stuff. But definitely go and check out ilfconference.com for more information. And don't meet me there, beat me there. If you've ever imagined of starting your own housing program, there is no reason that after we're done here tonight that you shouldn't go to forstonconsultants.com/webinars and watch the webinar, guys, because a lot of you have wanted to start a group home or traditional assisted living facility, but that stuff takes license. It takes a lot of time to open. There's a lot of red tape to jump through. You have to ask for permission. We teach you guys how to open an ILF, an independent living facility, where you can house the homeless, displaced adults, or anybody that has a guaranteed income, and it doesn't require a license, and you don't have to own the property. Hey, what's going on, family? Just to let you know really quick, everything that you're listening to right now, I actually have it in a more structured way in a webinar. So when you guys get done here, go to forstonconsultants.com, click the tab that says webinars, and there's 2 webinars there. One is for you to be the actual ILF operator, meaning that you want to do it. And then the other one is the HRA. That stands for Housing Referral Agency, where you're able to take people from homeless to hopeful, and you actually don't need the real estate. It stands for a Housing Referral Agency, and we call it a business in a box. But definitely go to forstonconsultants.com, watch both of those webinars, then set up a free strategy call with me and my team, and let's see how we can get you started. Back to the show.